Hey, good morning. So it is Sunday. Let's see, it's 10 o'clock here, 10:25 in the morning. And I decided I'm going to do an Amazon shipment today. And I was like, might as well go live, do a working hangout. If anybody else is working today on Sunday and they want to jump on video with me, we can chit chat. That would be great. But I see nobody is watching it because I just went live. So nobody, I'm going to have to keep repeating that as I go on. So I'm sorry for those who are watching the replay. Then I'm going to literally keep repeating. If anybody wants to come on, they can come on. Usually when I do these types of lives, working hangouts, if anybody sees this, they can just jump on. And I'll share the StreamYard link and we can work together. So I'm going to be prepping an inventory lab today. I got to get this shipment out. I've been sourcing. For any of you who have been watching my sourcing videos, I have been sourcing the last, 2 weeks, and I have not done a shipment. My sales are starting to show that I need to get a shipment in. So I need to just kind of do a little homework cleanup here on my office space before I get started. And I got to keep an eye on who might pop in just so I can make sure I say good morning to anybody who comes in. But my desk is a crazy mess right now. Like I was so organized. I gotta look at my hair today. Mess. I was so organized in March. I spent all of March getting my office just really, really organized, decluttered. Guess what? All again. It is a mess. That's why I've got to get this shipment in, and I've got to get those eBay listings up. I have 400 photos still of things I took pictures of, and they're just sitting over here, and I just need to get them into totes back there, like over here. Where am I? Over here. I got to get them into those totes, put away, and all that kind of stuff. So, okay, I'm going to take you, and I'm going to put you over here on the side. So I'm going to be looking just in case people, actually, I'm not going to do that yet. So the other thing I'm doing is my phone, my iPhone has got like a huge amount of space on it. So I don't know how big my phone is. Let me see. All I know is I have filled up my iPhone storage. So I have a 256 gigabyte phone, and I am almost full. So I have been trying to go through the photos and delete old ones because I still have all my eBay photos and stuff on there, and I keep them because somebody have asked me, like, what do you do with your eBay photos? And I said, I keep them because eBay had a glitch a few years ago and they lost a ton of photos. And had I not had them, I would have had to retake photos. So actually, you know what I did? I went to Bonanza and I took the photos from Bonanza, copied them, and then went over to eBay and added them. Good morning, Jennifer. It's just you and I think. Actually, now it says 2 people. I was going to say it showed me nobody, even though you commented. But my little ticker over here showed nobody was even here. I'm just chatting away to myself. Anyhow, I like to do that. I decided to go live because I'm just going to be working. So if anybody wants to jump on video with me, they're more than welcome to do that. And I'm going to keep saying that over and over again as people might pop in. So I've been transferring. I bought, so I have an external hard drive. And then one of my really good friends, Brian, he sent me, hold on, I'm going to get it. So he sent me one of these. If you look at on Walmart, they were discounting these. I think they were $25, and they I don't know how much they're selling for. He's reselling them, but he said, "Hey, I have one, and if you want, I'll sell it to you at cost, and you can use this as an external hard drive, even though it's for the Xbox. You can use it on a laptop for Windows base." So it's got 2 terabytes. Like, that's going to be really good. So I am going to be putting all of my YouTube stuff on here. So I think my phone filled up really quickly because of all of the videos I've been doing on it. And sorry, it sounded like rain in here, but it was my cat. My cat was scratching himself next to my Walmart bags, and it was making a sound that sounded like rain. But so I'm going to be putting all my YouTube stuff on here because my phone is full and my laptop is full. All my hard drive on my laptop is full. My hard drive holds. So, all right. Oh my God, I got such a mess here. I've got to get it organized. But good morning, blackberry thistle tea. Ooh, that sounds really good, blackberry tea. I don't know about thistle. Never had that. But blackberry sounds really good. I did have a peach smoothie this morning from some fresh peaches from Pennsylvania that I came home with last week. So what I've been doing is I took my phone and I hooked it up and I am transferring all of the folders over. And I have, how many do I have? I started it yesterday. It takes a long time to transfer each folder. No, I can't look because it's not letting me. It's not going to let me scan down because it's calculating the time required to copy the files right now. But so I am using Inventory Lab today. Last time I did this, I shared my screen. I'm not going to do that today because that's such a time suck. And really, I got to get this shipment in. But for some reason, I just like to talk to myself. I don't know what that is. But definitely, I'm hoping somebody will say, hey, I'll jump on video with you, and then I'll have somebody to talk to. Yay, somebody to talk to. I don't do that very often. I usually just talk to myself. I mean, I talk to you guys, but it's like not a person. Like, not a person as in on the screen. I know you're our people. Yeah, so I don't really have any major announcements or anything like that going on. I'm just working, and might catch some tidbits here and there, reseller stuff, like what I'm selling, right? When I'm sending it to Amazon, you can see that as I'm prepping it. And if Jennifer and Blackberry, if you guys haven't entered my eBay giveaway, I do have a giveaway that I will be drawing winners for tomorrow. It was a post on Thursday, I think I put up. All right, so I've got to open up my, actually, so I'm going to move you to the side. Well, that does that. So I'm going to be looking over here to see that, which is really weird that I'm going to be looking over there to talk to you guys. But I want Inventory Lab to be my main screen. I'll just have to look over there to see if you guys say anything. All right, Inventory Lab. I'll tell you, I love Inventory Lab. I know I mentioned it before, but anybody new that pops in and watches these videos, what's this? A new feature. That's right. Unlisted inventory is here. Oh yeah, I went to that webinar. Got to figure out how to do that. Unlisted inventory, because that would be really good to maybe put my eBay stuff in here, but I just don't know how time consuming that would be to do. And what's the benefit? That's what I got to figure out. What's the benefit of that? Probably if I had a CPA, it would be beneficial. So, okay. So I picked up some crafting kits at Walmart. I like to prep those first. So this one, okay, just making sure. It looked like maybe it was ripped right here. Let's see what the selling is for this. Hey, thanks, Jennifer, for sharing me out. You were so great with that. You were just wonderful. You know, the reselling community really appreciates you and their YouTube channels. I know my friend Michael, the Thrifting Goomba, speaks highly of you. All right, come on, scanner. Why aren't you reading that barcode? Don't make me type it in. So if you don't have a scanner, you can just type in the barcode, which is what I'm gonna have to do because I don't know why that's not working. And I'm really glad I have a keyboard that has a number pad on the side. My other keyboard did not have that. And when typing in stuff like that, it's so much easier to do it with a number keypad on the side. So all things possible. Now this has got a really high rank. It's 1.8 million. That is really high. So I'm going to look and see. Is it high because nobody is selling it? Or is it high just because it's a slow mover? So if it's been out of stock, I will send it in. If it is in stock, which is in, 3 of them are in stock. What a horrible picture. That is a really, really bad listing. I'm wondering if I should. So it sells 0.3 a month. Yeah, that does not sell very often. Let me look at the last year. Oh my gosh, almost like never. I only sold like once in the last year. Yeah, I'm not sending this in. So this is going on eBay. I don't know how I missed that when I scanned it. Or maybe I knew that. I don't have an eBay pile. Yeah, Michael is so sweet. So I met Michael like a year ago. I started a Discord group for Amazon sellers and asked people that were just getting started like I was who wanted to join, and he joined. And I would say we've created a good friendship. And actually last year, him and his family came up to New York for a vacation, and I got to eat lunch with him. I went down. It was a 3.5, 4-hour drive, but I decided it was worth it since he's from Georgia and I'm from New York. It's not very often I have, my online friends are in the area, so I drove down 4 hours and had lunch with them. And I sourced while I was there. So where did you say your giveaway is? It is on my channel. Let me see. Let me just I'll grab a link to it. Sometimes it's weird. I go on my own channel to find a video, and I have a hard time finding it. Here it is. Especially my lives. Somehow they get hidden. I don't know what it is. I think that's why I don't get very many views on my lives. Because they're hard to find. All right. I got packing tape in the way of my monitor over here. I gotta look over it to see the thing. All right. There is the link for those that are in the chat. And that's weird. It refreshed. That's really weird. And yeah, enter my giveaway. So all you have to do is leave a comment. So I'd love if you watched it because I could use the view hours. But if you don't want to take the time to watch it because you're watching me now, you can just leave a comment. Let me see. I gotta find something to put my eBay stuff in. Oh, let's see if I have a tote. I have to grab a box. I don't have any empty totes. All right. I guess I'll just use this small box. Hopefully I don't have very much stuff. Like you get to see me with what I got on today. I am in my work clothes. This is a dress, although it kind of looks like pajamas. But it is a dress. But I wear leggings. Because when you're chubby like all right. Hopefully that box doesn't fall over because it'll mix it all with my stuff. Well, hello, Michelle Clark. Michelle Clark, when I saw you follow my channel, I don't know. Do you know that there is an Amazon? Amazon will go by Michelle Clark on Amazon. Were you aware of that? And I said to my friends, I said, I think Amazon is following my channel. And they said, well, maybe it's a real person named Michelle. I said, maybe. All right, $7 for this Bucella. This one is a Flowers from the Garden lap quilt. It's really pretty. I wish my mother, she shakes in her older age now. She shakes so much that she couldn't do things like this that she used to do. I'm trying to think of when I bought this. Let's see, it went on sale on July 3rd. Oh, it was last Tuesday with my sister, the 7th. And I got it from Walmart. And at some point, so one of the things that Inventory Lab has as you're shopping is you can add things to like what they call like a shopping list. And then you just import that all into Inventory Lab. I really, really need to take the time to learn how to do that and do that, because I wouldn't have to sit here and list all this right now. It would already be listed. I would just have to import it. Interesting that FBM is higher than FBA. Nobody has the buy box. Well, I think I will match FBA's price since I'm going to mail this in. Well, that's pooey. I think this price must have gone down because there's only $2 in profit. When I scanned it, there was money. So if my sister is watching this, this is why it's important when you scan something to get it in right away, because things can change. All right. And I think I'm going to end up taking a hit on some of these because I've waited a couple weeks. I should have got them right in. I think I'm going to send it in anyhow. The problem is, so in the past, you used to be able to just send them in and then just wait for those low ballers to kind of sell out. And then, because the price on this is normally like $25. And right now it's down to $13. But if I send it in at what it normally is selling for, Amazon will put a stupid high price thing on me because somebody's selling it for $15 right now. Amazon, you are a pain in my rear end. Other 3 Michelle Clarks at my credit union. Yeah, so last year it was really funny when you were selling on Amazon and you looked on Amazon, it would say, sold by and shipped by Amazon or whatever. Well, then all of a sudden, I think it was last fall, or maybe it was the beginning of this year. I don't remember. But at some point in the last year, everything that used to say for sale by Amazon, when you looked on your app, it didn't say Amazon, it said Michelle Clark. So there was this whole thing about, does everybody see where all of a sudden Amazon's not on listings, but this Michelle Clark's on everything? And so there's an executive or something that works at Amazon, and her name is Michelle Clark. And people found her on LinkedIn, and they realized that that's probably what it is it's probably Michelle Clark, who may be the one who does the Amazon listings, or I don't know. But somehow it came up as Michelle Clark. I haven't seen that lately, though. So they must have fixed whatever their error was. All right, so now I'm trying to decide what to do with this. If I send it in and list it where I'd like to at $22.99, I could get a high price alert because there are people selling it for $15. The average price is $25 in the last 90 and 180 days. It's 24 something. High $24.50 and above. So I would like, I just don't know what to do. I think I'm going to, I hate to have to put stuff aside, but I think I'm going to put it aside because I don't trust Amazon. Sorry, Amazon, but right now you are sucking. Those high prices, I just don't even know what to do about them. I've tried everything I can to clear them. Man, I get those high price alerts, and sometimes I'm at the buy box price. And even if I go below the buy box, I'll still get it. I don't understand how it's even determined. I am striking out. I'm 2 for 0 right now. All right, so this one, I also got this one. And I want to do FBA, but I've not taken the plunge. Well, don't listen to my complaining right now because it's so worth jumping in. I don't know if you've seen any of my videos I've done recently on, like I just did at Amazon 101. I'm going to start a new series, and I am going to talk about IP claims next, I think. But I think it's so worth selling on Amazon. Like just what I've done in the last year. I know people who have done so much more in just even 1 year of selling on Amazon is crazy the money you can make. And I'm really enjoying it. So it is a headache at times only because of this high price thing. Like it used to be my only fear was IP claims and worrying about companies complaining and wanting me to not sell their product. Like GoPro keeps sending me this message telling me to stop selling their product, but they don't do the right channels. So I just ignore it because there are unfortunately other sellers who will make pretend that they are companies and send you stuff making it look like they're a company, but they're really not the company. So I've been ignoring it and I haven't gotten anything official. So I'm assuming that it's not really GoPro who keeps telling me to stop selling their stuff. All right, so Walmart. So that used to be the only thing I'd worry about was IP claims and Amazon just saying, get off our platform. But now the headache is these high price alerts. So you send something in and you price it accordingly to the buy box or whatever. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, the price is too high. Or like I have some Reebok jackets. I think I may have mentioned it before. I have some Reebok jackets that when I bought them, Amazon was selling them for $50. And so I sent them in and priced them matching Amazon. Well, Amazon went down to 36, I think. So I dropped my price down to 36 because my repricer does whatever it needs to do. And it did what it needed to do. And they put a high price alert on me when I dropped my price down to 36. I'm like, what? I was okay at 50, but when I go down to 36, I'm a high price alert and I'm matching your price. Honestly, I should have just kept it at 50. Oh, it's ridiculous. Okay, so this one is going through. So I paid $5 for this one, and it is currently selling for $16.97. So I will make $6.59. Yay! I actually have something to add to my shipment. I like that these are easy to take off. The sticker, that is. I was watching a video yesterday and the girl was saying how she uses a hairdryer and she can't imagine not using a hairdryer. I tried a hairdryer one time, but you gotta actually, was it here? No, it's not a hairdryer. It was a heat gun. But you gotta be careful because it will like melt the plastic and do this other stuff. So I actually find I'm better when I don't use those. And it's just one more thing to put in amongst this mess right here is ridiculous. Like it is, this is stressing me out. I probably should just have taken the time today and worked on that. 30334. I also need to find out how I make my label. Oh, I got 6 people in here now. Yay. Does anybody know? So see my label? See how it like stops over here and just puts those dots? I need to find a way that it continues typing on the second line, the item. I've seen that. Like the stuff I buy, I think I showed this in another video, like this one. See how it like continues down and wraps around? I want to do that with this, but I don't know. I can't figure out how to do that. So, all right. Yay, I got something. Well, I have other stuff here that I prepped like over a week ago. So I'm just going to add it to the pile. And, okay. So it is canning season. So look at your canning stuff. These are covers. These are my first time sending these in. So I'm hoping they become a replenishable for the next few months as people are canning. Yeah, this rank is 9,400. And I don't remember how much I paid for them. So, come here, handy dandy phone, Walmart app. Tell me how much I paid for these. Because these were not on sale. They were regular price. And I paid $2. Actually, you know what? Oh, unavailable. Looks like I can order them online. I may have to do just a big online order. They're $2.98. I gotta figure out how I sign up on Walmart.com to be tax exempt. So yeah, these are, oh, you know what? I mean, you get 100% ROI because the average, it's cost $2.98, but your profit's only $2.70. So it's not huge. That's why I only picked up a couple of them. I figured I would test it, but you know, if the rank is that good, they're going to sell really fast. That I probably could pick up 100 of them and have them sell fast. And I hate when Walmart has, they print on their stuff, Walmart.com. Of course, it is Mainstay's brand, but not everybody knows that that is a Walmart brand. All right, a couple more added. Yippee, we're getting there. Actually, we're not getting there. I got so much stuff. Okay, face stuff. I don't know how many bags of this I have. Big Lots. So they have this collagen is profitable. Or it was when I bought it. We'll see. Although it's only been since Tuesday, so it should be okay. And I picked up quite a few of them. This is my first time sending these in, so we'll see how they do. Now, let's watch. The other thing the video said is when you buy stuff like this, to open it and make sure that it's still sealed inside. These are different. These are different collagen. Actually, I'll do these first. I wonder if I only picked up 2 of these. Kitty cat, you are sleeping in a bad spot. I'm afraid I'm going to run your toes over. Okay, so that is not... I'm going to put that right here to do next. I guess all I got was those 2. Oh, that's what my sister bought me. Yeah. One of the things that's nice about having somebody else that sells with you, when they're gated and something, they could pick it up and you could just buy it from them. Which is what I did with my sister. I don't know how much I paid for this stuff. I think my receipts, I thought I had my receipts all right here. Where's my Big Lots receipt? What did I do with my Big Lots receipts? Maybe it's in this pile. Oh my gosh, my receipts are out of control. Like, this is ridiculous. What a mess I've got going on here. Here they are. This was my pile from last week. I've got to get this under control. All right. So what's everybody doing today on a Sunday? So my daughter was here this weekend and she just left. And I said, oh, good. I'm going to get downstairs and get some work done. All right. So I got 2 of these. Day cream, anti-wrinkle, $3.50. Oh, it was cheaper than that because I had a 20% off coupon. So I wish I knew my math out of my head and didn't have to use a calculator. $2.80. Oh, and this is taxable times 8%. That'd be $3.02. $3.02. And I got it at Big Lots. If anybody is in my live right now watching and would like to join me on video, and we can actually literally talk to each other, a few minutes if you have any questions and wanted to just ask about getting started with Amazon or eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, whatever. I'm up for whatever you want to chat about. So one of the things I do with my health and beauty items is I'll just check out, make sure they don't look like, people are disgusting in stores and they literally will like stick their finger in a jar and try it. I just open it, make sure everything looks like it hasn't been used. And then where are my, oh my gosh, seriously, I've got to get this under control. Here they are. Here are my stickers. So I got these clear round stickers, and I take the sticker and I'll put it on the box. So it makes it look like the box is sealed right here. So just fooling the customer. So this like doesn't have a seal. So I mean, somebody could have put their finger in it. I'm not taking it off to really look though, because it has on it. I don't want to mess that up. Yeah, we'll see. Seal that. Okay, so this. So I paid $3. It's only selling for $9.68. Let's see what it goes for most of the time. Make sure there's not some, people jump on, tank your price. Come on, Keepa. So it looks like it normally sells for, about that price. So, all right, $2.40 is my profit. Not a very big profit. Oh, I forgot to put the expiration date. And I know Amazon is going to tell me. What is the expiration date? Edit. Expiration. Change that. Save. Nobody's chatty today. People have come and they're like, out of here, Tamara. We're not staying with you while you work. Who wants to watch somebody work? How boring. It is. But if you wanted to come on and chat with me, that would make it a little more exciting. All right, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these collagens. This one I think I paid the same price. This is the night cream. Isn't that weird? More people use night cream than day cream, or like the price of it is a lot different. All right, so this is the same price. So I love that Amazon or Inventory Lab will remember what I put in for a price. So these I have a profit of $3.47. Not big, but times 7, it's 21 plus dollars. So they're small enough. No poly bagging necessary, although I am putting those stickers on them. All right, so nobody said what they're doing this weekend or what they did, what you do yesterday. If you're not going to tell me what you did, what you're doing today. What did you do this weekend or yesterday? So yesterday here in New York, we got rain. We are in an extreme drought right now. We have a pond in the backyard that's completely dry. Like there wasn't a drop of water in it until yesterday. The deer, we have deer, and they come and they've just been walking through the pond. And it's so sad to realize that they're like, where's the water? There's no water. And they have to leave our property now to go find water because there's nothing. Well, I take that back. We do have a we have a small stream that had some water, but it was really low. The pond, nothing. Because the pond is really just pretty much filled with rainwater that comes from our gutters flow into it and stuff. It's a man-made pond. Man-made this year just to have a water source for the deer because they eat in our backyard area and we wanted them to be able to have something to drink. And I jokingly said to my husband the other day, think we can grow cranberries in there? I mean, I jokingly, but I was a little serious. But right now would not be good since there's no water, so there's no cranberries. I always say I don't eat anything that comes from water because I don't eat any seafood and stuff, fish or seafood, but I eat cranberries. It's the only thing from water that I eat. I think rice is grown in water too. I do eat rice. I don't know what else is grown in water. Like I don't eat seaweed. I don't know. All right, so I got these 7 of these. Put my stickers on them. Corn Husker. Good morning. Wanted to stop in and say hi. Got to run some errands. We'll be watching this tomorrow at work. Chris P. Chris P. Corn Husker. Chris P., are you the person that I know through Donna? And why are you Cornhusker? Aren't you in the Boston area? If you are the Chris P. that I know. Which I'm not, I think we may have met if you are the Chris P. that I know. I think possibly we have been at Yellow Ribbon events. But I can't remember if you've been at any of the events that I've been at. Or if it was just a matter of, I heard your name so often. Stickers. So I have the 450 Turbo, and I was looking on eBay the other day, and there are some, well, I was looking on Facebook Marketplace to see if they had any Dymo 4XLs. And they had some 450s, but they had like the regular 450, not the turbo. And it was like the dual 450, and it prints 2 different type of labels out of it. Mine just prints 1 label. It prints different types, but only has like 1 slot for labels to come up, not 2 slots. And I went on eBay to see how much they are on eBay because I was like, well, I don't really need one of them, but if I can get it for cheap enough, I'll flip it on eBay. And they're really affordable on eBay. So if you do not have a 450 to print those labels, you can get them on eBay. They're like $40. Buy a used one. Right? Somebody who used to, you know what I have found? Like I bought a 4XL from somebody on Facebook. They were a LuLaRoe consultant, and they got rid of their LuLaRoe business, and they were selling their printer because they didn't need to ship out leggings anymore. So check out Facebook Marketplace. Do a search for what you're looking for. It could be the Dymo, you can be the Rollo, what else is there? There's like 3 or 4 different type that people talk about all the time. So this is more stuff from, what I saw. There's a sticker over there. Good thing I saw that and a sticker here, because you don't want to send something to your customer and have there be stickers. This is the, oh, okay. Cornhusker. You know, so in that Discord, we have 2 Chris P's. So there's Chris Poe, just so you know. And when you put Chris P, when I said who's who in the thing, and you said Chris Poe, I think you went by Siberian, maybe. And or you said Chris P, I was thinking you were Chris Poe. So I will have to remember that. I have 2 Chris P's in there. So the other Chris P that's in that group is a private label. He does private label. He sells like men's hats and stuff. So I know him from my military days. I wasn't in the military. My husband was in the military, but I worked for the military for a long time. Like, I don't know, 18 years maybe longer. And my last one was with the Air Force. And actually, my last one was with the Navy. I used to work for the Navy for about a year. And then I decided I don't want to work for anybody anymore but myself. So I quit. But prior to that was with the Air Force. And that was my longest stint and my best stint. I love that. I loved what I did. But all right, so you are Siberia. Okay, yeah. So when you said Chris P on Siberia, on the Discord, I thought, oh, that's Chris Poe. And you had made a comment, and I remember thinking to myself, I didn't know that Chris realized that or something, because I thought he just was getting started. He does that private label, but I don't think he has any sales yet because he's just learning. So yeah, so I'm definitely gonna have to remember there's two different ones. Now I'll remember because of this. But yeah, so I used to work with him in the military though. He was one of our speakers we would bring in. So I helped run events. I actually managed the people who ran events for the military when the airmen were deploying. We would put together these events for the Air Guard, and it would give their families information on the benefits that are available to them, as well as the service member, the benefits of their deployment. Because things like the VA, you don't get VA unless you're unless you've deployed. And then, and a lot of people don't realize that if you're in the National Guard, and you're just like a traditionalist, so you go there just on the weekends, that kind of stuff, you don't get even full-time, which some people don't even realize in the military. If you're in the National Guard, but you wear a uniform every single day and go to work every day, like my husband did, he was considered a federal employee rather than military, even though he was required to wear the uniform. You don't get the federal benefits, so you don't get free health care and stuff like that like the military get. But when you're deployed, you jump into the free health care, the TRICARE plans and stuff. So we would give them all the benefits and that they would earn while they're deployed. And then when they came back, we would do another event and tell them about all the benefits they have now earned because of their deployment, as well as all the resources that are there. Because, of course, as you can imagine, during Iraq and Afghanistan wars, we had a lot of service members come home with PTSD and stuff like that, including my husband. That's what he mainly suffers with. PTSD and anger management is huge with him, which he didn't have before he deployed. But when you have leadership that puts you into harm's way, in your opinion, unnecessarily, and they don't explain exactly why, because in the military they tell you to just go do something. They don't tell you why. You just got to go do it and follow orders. And if in your opinion you felt like they put your life in danger for no reason, then you start to have some animosity towards them. And it's hard when you come back to the real world to let that go when you've developed that opinion. And then you start to possibly dislike all authority. That's where he's at. So all that, and you're not even the Chris P that I thought you were. But that's how I know Chris, because he is a presenter. I can't even remember what he presented on, though. Resiliency, probably. I was an Air Force brat up your way when I was... Oh! What years were you in Plattsburgh? My husband was stationed at Plattsburgh. He was stationed there in... I'm guessing, because I didn't meet him until after his military, like his active duty days, because he was active duty. And he was at Plattsburgh. And he was actually at George Air Force Base for a considerable amount of time. And then his last station was Plattsburgh. And they were going to transfer him to somewhere. And he said, hey, how about instead of me transferring somewhere, I leave active duty and join the Air Force or the Air Guard and join the Vermont Air Guard, because he was from Vermont. And he went ahead and did that. And he ended up getting a full-time job at the Air Guard. and worked there full time. But we're from this area, but he was there in 80, I think it's 83, maybe 83 or 84. Yeah, he was in Plattsburgh. He was a weapons loader. So he did a lot of heavy lifting. And he's got hearing damage from, I sold these before. And he's got heavy, he's got hearing damage from all of the loud aircraft. All right, so these boxes look a little bit the same item. They look like the same item, but they are a different box. Yeah, same UPC. See how they're like a little bit different, the boxes? See, like this one has a UPC in the bottom. This one doesn't. Normally, when the boxes don't match the listing, I don't list them. I don't send them. But in this case, there is no box in the listing. It's just a picture of the bottle. So I'm going to send them all in, and I have 6 of them. And the body oil, 440. I don't know if this is it. Body oil, day cream, night cream. It's the only one I got, so it must be. You know, that UPC does not match the box. I'm wondering if I should be taking photos of Big Lots. So when I buy stuff from TJ Maxx, I don't have Marshalls or Burlington, Ross around here, but I just have TJ Maxx. But when you buy stuff from TJ Maxx, which I have some stuff later, you need to take a picture of the like the price sticker from TJ Maxx plus the UPC, and then you match it up to your receipt. So if they ever say it's inauthentic, you can say, well, listen, this is where I sourced it. Here's the receipt. Here's proof. I haven't been doing that with Big Lots. I didn't realize that it was so different. I only paid $3 for these. I am not going to take a picture. Hopefully it doesn't bite me in the rear end. So last time I bought these, I bought them from Ollie's, and I got them for cheaper, and they were in November. So 81. All right, so yeah, so my husband got there a little after you then. July 7th, and not Ollie's, Big Lots. And don't see an expiration clearly listed. You know, I was never a military brat. My sister, Sherry, who is going to be joining Amazon, or she joined Amazon but isn't actively doing anything yet until this week. She's coming to visit, so I'm hoping to have some time with her. I spent last week with my other sister, which would have been nice if they both would have came, because they both live 5 hours away. They live like a block from each other. And one sister came over, and then the other sister's coming last week, and then the other sister's coming this week. But I am going to be, this is interesting. It's made in Israel. Like, you don't see things made in Israel very often. So she is going to come over, so now I get to repeat what I said to my other sister. I don't see expiration date. I hate when they don't have expiration dates. And I don't even see, like, a lot of times they'll have, like a lot. Maybe the newer bottle has it. They'll have like a lot number. And they don't even have that. All right, these are both made in Israel, so that's good. Don't know which box is newer. Let's see. Like sometimes they'll have like this weird number on it, and you can Google that number, and there's some websites out there that tell you how to read those numbers. So the thing with Amazon is, and it's really frustrating, but if you were to call this company, they may or may not tell you that this does not have an expiration date. Like, it's good forever. But what it does have is, I don't know if you can see, See above the UPC, there's that little like can and it says 24M. So that means that this is open. Once it's opened, it's only once it's been opened. So there's no expiration until you open it. And then once you open it, you have 2 years to use it in. Why they do that? Why Amazon makes you do that when there's not clearly nothing, like even the manufacturers, like, no, nothing. Because I have a lot of your homeopathic stuff doesn't have expirations on it. And I've talked to some companies. When I first started, I used to call them and I'd be like, hey, I got this product, want to know if it's expired, doesn't have an expiration. And they're like, oh, that's because our products don't have expirations until you open them. Of course, I'm not going to say, well, that's not what Amazon says. I make it look like I am the end customer when I call. All right. I just printed 7 of these. I only have 6. How many did I put in here? I said I had 7. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. I don't know how to read. Good thing I caught that, because if I sent that, it would look like I was short one in my shipment. Nobody wants to come on and chat with me? There's got to be something you want to talk about. We can talk about anything. We can talk about, let's see, what do I have any experience in? Raising children, because I have 2 of them. My oldest just turned 28. That's who was here visiting me and left today. And because she lives 3 hours from me. So she came to visit for 4 days. Came Thursday and left today, her and her boyfriend. We cannot talk about grandchildren because my children do not want to produce any grandchildren for me. Which in today's day and age and world, I can understand. But they also feel like financially having children would be too much for them, which, again, in today's day and age, I can see why they would say that, because it is expensive raising children. Right? Because she's 28 and I'm still paying for some stuff. Although I've been paying for her credit, or not her I still pay for my kids' phone bills because it's so much cheaper for them to stay on my plan than for them to get their own plan. So today, though, I did tell her, or yesterday, maybe she probably not a very good birthday present, was that they need to start sending me payment for their plan. They can stay on my plan, but they need to pay for it. Right? Paying me $35 a month is a lot cheaper than going and getting a plan. It's like $60 to get your own single plan. So, hey, Craig and Justin. Yeah, so I did want to say to Cornhusker, I have a friend that lives in Nebraska. I think she lives in Omaha. She is in the Air Guard in Nebraska. She's a full-timer. Her and her husband are both full-timers. That's actually how I know her. Was from the military. All right, so I got these things that I cannot send in because they expire in October. I have been picking these up left and right because they've been selling pretty good. But once I started FBMing them, so when something is going to expire, you have 120 days out to send something into Amazon. And if it's less than that, then so I have until October. Anything from October expiration date to now, I can't send in. But I can put it as FBM. And I'll do FBM up for October items up until the end of August. So once September hits, I usually won't do 2 months out, so 60 days. But then I'll just throw them on eBay because people on eBay will buy expired stuff, even though eBay says not to even list it. I list it. They don't take it down, and I sell it. People don't care. If it's your favorite item and it's the only way you can still buy it. So this item, which is this Berkeley, I don't know what it is, but I paid $10. $10 a box. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, $70 sitting right here. And I got 10 or 11 more over there. My sister-in-law stopped at a store for me to pick up some stuff, and she's like, hey, she took a picture of all their clearance and says, what do you want? And I said, grab these. So she grabbed them for me. And then I realized the expiration. And so now I'm stuck with quite a few of them. So when I was FBAing them, they were selling really fast. And now that I'm FBMing, they're not selling so fast. And I think part of it is because they have, you know how you can do like a subscription on Amazon? These are a subscription item. So you can subscribe and have them automatically sent to you every month, every 2 months, 3 months, whatever. And so these, I'm assuming when you do FBM, you can't do that. And these they're 60 tablets. We take 2 tablets, so they're only a month's worth. Take 2 tablets a day. Nitric oxide. Well, worst comes to worst. Guess what I'll be taking every day? Got a year's worth here. Plus. So, I'm probably going to cross-post these. I'm going to go ahead and add them to my Amazon account right now. And I think I'm going to put some of these on eBay. I got a nice balance sitting at Amazon. Somebody said they couldn't do their daily payout anymore. I got to see if I can do it. See how close my normal payout is. Because when you do a daily payout, it actually is usually a lot less than your normal payout. Okay, let's see. Let's put in Berkeley. Yeah, so I have one in stock right now. Oh, wait a minute. I might have the buy box. No. See, Amazon is on this. Amazon is selling it for $34 FBA. But I was able to share the buy box with Amazon because I was still selling them. So I'm going to do, I have 11 in stock, and now I'm adding on how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now I got 18 of them. Well, I hope they sell. I'm going to I think I'm going to put 2 of them on eBay. So what I'll do is when I do them on eBay, I'm going to do them in a set of 2. This pile over here, this like mess, this is all stuff that I need to file. I need to like put away in my totes. I've got to do that. But I got to figure out what tote to put it in. Let's see. Everybody's saying hello. Oh, somebody said hi to Maggie. Who's Maggie? Oh, there's Maggie Doodle. Hey, Maggie, I didn't say hi to you. I didn't see you pop in. Hello, if you're still here. So I am just literally working today. For those that might be new and miss my whole blah, blah, blah that I said. I've been on for 58 minutes. Like, seriously. Well, I've really said nothing. So those of you that have actually hung around that whole time, I'm literally just working. So if anybody wants to join me on video, I'll share my StreamYard link and you're welcome to jump in. I have no issue with anybody coming on. Well, as long as you behave yourself, of course. I'm going to put it in the chat here in case somebody decides they want to come on and chat with me. Like, I would love it. So you can come on, ask me questions, or just talk about whatever. Whatever. Let's see. What to grab next? How about another Big Lots? Okay, so those. I got a bunch of stuff here that I'm FDMing. And I need to update my thingy on them. My count. Once I get them all together, I got to update my count. All right, so these are the same. That one, that one, that one, that one, that one, That one? No. Okay, let's see. Oops. I don't know why they have two UPCs. Oh, one's an ISBN. So, I was noticing. So Amazon must take out more money from, like, the fees must be higher when you sell a book versus office supplies. Because there's some things I've been looking at lately that when I look them up, I'm like, wow, the fees are really high on that. And then I realize the fees are really high because they're selling it under the book category instead of office supplies. It's just, so it's got to be because of the being in the book category. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know how much I paid for these. $3.40. I wonder my screen every now and then goes black. I don't know if it's going black on your side, but every now and then my StreamYard goes black. I said hello to you already. Yeah, you probably did say hello to me, but see how I'm looking over? Oh, I'm looking over there because that's where my StreamYard is. So I think you may had. I didn't see it. See, did you guys just see a black screen? Did it just like refresh for you? I don't know what's going on with that. 1, 2, 3, 4 of these. I gotta get poly bags. Oh, it's so hard to work when you have a cat. I want to run him over. He likes to sit right next to me. I'm so afraid of running his toes over. 1, 2, 3, 4. So while my daughter was here, she's got a ferret. She used to have 3 ferrets, and unfortunately one of them, or 2 of them, have passed away in the last 6 months. I'm just repeating myself. Yeah, I'm repeating myself. So she brings her ferret with her, and she brings her dog. Okay. What's the price on this? Because this has a pre-printed price tag. Nobody wants to come on and join me, do they? Not a black screen just to jump. Yeah, mine goes like black and it does something. I don't know. Don't know why it's doing that. Good old StreamYard. Yeah, I paid for StreamYard. Speaking of that, I need to come up with a thing for when I'm working. You're a little glitchy at times, but no blacks. I'll see, like it goes black on mine. My screen. See, like right now. See, just did that. Don't know why. Don't know why. So there are 6 of you watching. This, I'm going to show you what I'm packaging right now, right? Because I haven't showed you yet. So these are planners. It is the beginning of the school year for some, right? Next month, some in August will start their school year, whether they go back to school or don't go back to school. School itself will still start. And a lot of people buy planners this time of year. Don't pass them up. Now, there's not a huge profit in these that I bought, but there's still, the rank on them is pretty good. I will warn you that there is a listing for some planners you can buy at Walmart. And somebody is extremely smart, and they made it into a bundle with a pen. And the pen has their name and stuff on it. So you cannot sell on their listing because you do not have that pen that goes with that listing. Which is kind of a bummer because they're selling good amounts of them, some of them. You would have to create a whole nother listing if you wanted just the planner. And a lot of Amazon sellers, especially FBA sellers or RA sellers, I'm going to say this, but not in the like grand scheme of things, but they're lazy. Not physically lazy, they're just like reselling lazy, where they don't want to create a listing. Like, who wants to buy a product, take the photo, do all that stuff to set up the listing? A lot of people don't want to do that. They want to just jump on a listing that's already made. And a lot of people will be like, oh, there's not a listing, I'm not going to sell it. Not realizing that really, if you took the time and created the listing, it could be a big seller. So, these are June 2020 to, or July 2020 to June 2021 planners. Pretty well with planners. I'm a planner-holic myself. I love planners. I used to be like really crazy with them, where I would buy stickers and I would decorate it every month and like be really crazy. I just don't have the time anymore. Honestly, I'd still love to do it because it just makes me happy, but I don't have the time. So I just use colored markers and pens and stuff like that when I write in them. Okay, there's those. And then I got some more. Oh, so I wanted to see. So these planners, they sell. So right now they're only selling 6 a month, right? But it's just barely July. So I think as August hits, isn't that weird? So Amazon was on these listings for these planners. Amazon was on them on May 1st. And by June 1st, they were sold out and they came off the listing. They were selling them for $10.99. You can now buy them for $9.99. Not me, I pay $3.40. So these are the things that planners that I'm like, don't put them in the book category. When you set up your listing, you're getting like higher fees putting them in the book category. Put them into office supplies, which is where these are, office supplies. So these are doing $9.99 also. Okay. So I've got 3 of these designs. So I think planners, if you're just starting out on Amazon, I'm almost positive you can sell most of the planners. And I try to get my sister to take these from me because it's not a huge profit. But when you're first starting out, don't worry about even how much profit is in something, as long as there is a profit. Because the whole point is you need to have sales to start getting ungated in bigger categories and in bigger brands. So take the items that can only make you a couple dollars, take them. Because a couple dollars sales might be the magic that gets you all of a sudden ungated and stuff. So a lot of my friends started selling that I hang out with and talk to on a regular basis. They started selling the same time I did. And a lot of them are still gated in categories that I got gated in like last summer. And I tell them a lot of them don't do very much. Like they're, I would say, hobby sellers on Amazon. And I'm like, well, the more you sell, the more you are going to get. And some of them have even paid for courses. And then even paid for ungatings. So there are some people out there that will charge you to tell you how to get ungated in toys, for instance. You want to know how to get ungated in toys? Jump on, I'll tell you how to get ungated in toys. I will give you step by step what to do, where to go, who to purchase from, and tricks to getting ungated in more than one brand with one product. So for instance, if you're going to get ungated in, let's say you want to get ungated in Disney. How smart. So I'm very blurry. Well, that might be to your benefit if I am blurry. I have this Discord group. If anybody wants to join, it is for Amazon sellers. Most of them are just starting out, or maybe even like me, a year in, but not $1 million sellers in my group. And I had a video about networking that I put out, and it said to join my Facebook group. And in there's a post after that video came out that said, hey, if you want to join this Discord group, then, post below and so forth. So join my Facebook group if you're not there. Or if you are, go back to it and ask to join the Discord group, and I'll send you an invite to it. And what's really nice about the Discord group and about Discord itself, if you're not sure what Discord is, it's like a social site. A lot of gamers use it, but which is how I kind of got onto it, because one of the people in my Amazon group is a big gamer, and we were using Facebook Messenger in a group chat to communicate stuff. But somebody might share a bolo, and then you might be like 4 days later out searching for it, and you're like, what was that? Well, I know somebody shared something about something at Tractor Supply. I can't remember exactly what it was. And you had to sort through like so many listings. And so he said, hey, you go to Discord and you can put these like hashtags. So we have a hashtag called Bolo, and you can go right to that Bolo hashtag. So if you knew it was something that was shared recently, you'd be able to see it right away. It wouldn't be in with all the general chit chat, the good mornings, how are you today post. Or you could even do a search and put in Tractor Supply, and all of the Tractor Supply posts come up. So I really, really like Discord for that stuff. So we use Discord, and you can join if you would like to. You have to be active. I did remove a couple people yesterday. One of them messaged me right away and said, did you take your group down? I can't seem to access it. I sent her a link to rejoin again and had to remind her she needed to be active. And really bad, because she does watch these videos and she's been very active on my channel. And I so appreciate people who are active and who jump into my videos. But when it came to this Discord, I clearly said you had to be active. And not active like I need you to post every day, but active as in I need to see at least like once a week you just joining in and being a participant. Because people are sharing bolos, and they're sharing, just like, I guess, information that could be like business secrets. Like if I'm going to share something in that group that I probably wouldn't share on YouTube for everybody to see, that person is not being active and just taking the stuff. And not saying that either of those people were doing that, because the group is fairly new, but that is one of the rules I have. So I have a couple of those Discord groups, one from like a year ago when I first started, and then I have one that's just women sellers. It's not very active. That one's gotten really, really quiet. And some of them have gotten so big, I just don't think they have the time anymore. And then this newer one. But there's been some really great items shared already on that group, and some good topics and conversations. All right, I got 2 of these. So I'm still doing those planners, by the way, just so you know. Like this one's just a plain black one. So they're just different colors. But this is the last of them. And this, I don't think I got the size. Oh, I see somebody sitting down here. Oh, I hope you haven't been there long, Michelle.
It was a few minutes.
Sitting down there long?
That's okay. I just kept working.
Oh, okay.
But nice
I
to
looked
meet
down
you.
and I'm like, oh, there's somebody bending.
I waved.
Hi, nice to meet you.
That's funny.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see you. Sorry about that.
Okay. Well, probably like everybody, I'm just sitting at home doing nothing but
Nobody
listening.
ever wants to come on and talk with me.
I've been on a few live shows. It can be a little intimidating.
Yeah. I don't know why I just don't know why it keeps like refreshing the screen. I don't know if it's my end or if it's StreamYard's end. So you have not been selling on Amazon?
I sell books and VHS on Merchant Fulfilled. So low and slow. But,
Okay.
watching you and watching Scott, watching other people, I'm thinking maybe it's just something that I should do. I've bitten off on all the other things. Why not Amazon? So I don't know. There's just so much
There's some good money to be made on Amazon.
But there's so much of the garbage that we don't like that I just have not necessarily welcomed. I think that's the thing. It's not necessarily fear or all of that, but like in Poshmark, you have to share. I don't share. And every platform seems to have a thing. Well, Amazon, when you send stuff in, it gets processed and handled, and I don't know. Maybe I just don't know enough, but I don't want to create problems for myself in reselling. In Amazon, there's a lot you have to learn and master. So maybe there is a little fear in that, but it just, sometimes the lessons are a little hard and expensive and painful. So but I probably will be starting in the next few months, at least trying it. But I sell on Mercari and Poshmark and Tradesy a little bit. So, yeah.
I've never done Tradesy. What do you primarily sell on Tradesy?
Clothing, shoes. I think I'll put some jewelry up there. How they get there, I have no idea, but I've consistently sold there. I sold something yesterday. It's not the biggest, fastest. It's a little expensive to sell there. I think of it as the last stop of no return. I might cross post across 3 platforms, but if it sells out of there, it took the last train out. And so I've sold a lot of Victoria's Secret clothing that I bought there. That's probably the most significant thing, but I've sold dresses and shirts and pants and shoes and But it's like, I think up to $50, it's a $7 charge to sell an item.
I've never even.
It's pretty simple, and so you upload your items, and the first picture they crop for you. They take all the background out. So it looks good. As long as you have a well-written posting, it has a chance of selling. I have a feeling they're getting there through Google. Because you don't really see people going, oh, did you go to Tradesy? We got to go to Tradesy. It's not like eBay or Poshmark. It's kind of a low and slow, but people are selling high dollar items, and they're selling all kinds of items. Not necessarily all high dollar, but you can find people selling Louis Vuitton and, fancy stuff. And I think it was El Ducho. She's one of the other. There's a couple. I'm in a couple groups, and there's a couple that sell on Tradesy, but she's the only one that I've seen outside of that group say they've sold on Tradesy. Am I by myself? Hello?
I'm back. I lost internet. I think that's what the problem is something's going on with my internet.
I had to upgrade my router.
Wow.
Yeah, I bought my son's Roku TV, and it kept I don't know, funking out. And I finally just changed my router, and now everything works better.
I need to do that. I bought a bunch of routers on clearance at Walmart that I've been selling on eBay. I think I'm just going to break open one and try it and see if it makes a difference, because
I'm going to buy one too. I have one from Comcast. I upgraded one with Comcast, but it reminded me I'm paying $15 a month for the router. So I might as well buy a router,
Wow. Oh
and
yeah.
it's time.
Yeah.
But
I got
I'm
my router at mine was at like a Goodwill in the case, and we were renting one, and I said, "Oh my gosh, we had just moved here, and I think I was only a month into my rental, and I said, "Oh, this is exactly the one that I'm renting right now." So I think I only paid like $40 for it. So,
how do you
but
buy a
maybe they got
router?
rid of it because it was something wrong with it. I mean, it's been a couple years.
Yeah, no, how well it might be not set up because the one I had, the most it could do was like 15 megabytes or whatever. It could do 15. Well, the new one I have can do 25. So
Hmm.
bigger, better, faster. But I don't know how to buy
Sometimes
a
it
router.
doesn't.
I think that's my
Sometimes
issue.
it doesn't matter. It would depend on like what your speed is. Like I'm gonna look at my speed test. I don't know what my speed coming into my house is. I know I didn't buy the most
And I've tried searching, getting reviews and what's best and all that. I don't want to spend
expensive
$300 on
plan
that.
with my provider.
Yeah. But you were talking about your kids. I have one son, and he's proposed to his girl, and they're saying never ever will they have kids, ever. Period. So, well, now you froze. Hey, everybody. So I'm trying to list a gold tablecloth, holiday tablecloth. Hey, no money. Hmm. 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 Oh, heck. Can you get your internet back? I don't think you guys want to have me as a show leader. Yeah, do you like my panel? I bought this and a matching one for $10 at a garage sale. And that noise is my phone because every time I wiggle the cord, my phone talks to the computer. Well, I see she's trying to get back in. Okay, so this week I worked on listing procrastinations and I sold a vintage nightgown that had like a drapery lace treatment, very cute, sold like the next day. So what of the items that you listed in this last week have sold, maybe procrastinated, but sold right away and surprised you? Thank you, Stinker of 1941. And apparently it is my show now, No Money. So No Money, how did you get that name? Does that mean something? My reselling name I stole. I borrowed it basically from a postcard. There was a girl band who was advertising a show. And once I saw their name, I knew that was the name I needed. Hey, there she is.
I'm back for
Okay,
now.
I didn't flash
So
anybody.
I was gonna add my. I have it still on.
Well, if this is a test for my own router, I'm actually sitting really close to it. So I'm very happy with
My phone again. What?
streaming.
Stop
This was a
it.
good test.
I don't know if I should stay on since I keep going away because I think at some point I might go away and I might not be able to come back. I don't know what's
I
going on with my
think the way
internet today.
you look a little blurry to me also. I bet it's your router because I was having that kind of trouble too. Do you need to shut down and restart? Oh, look how they throw me to the curb once you're back. I see how it is. Yeah, she's pretty frozen.
I don't normally have a problem.
Well, maybe I'll sit here quietly and work. Then you can't talk very much in the StreamYard. Well, I did pose a question, but nobody answered it. Well, oh, that's a nice name, No Money G. So it's like no money, no money, no money. Yeah, I guess I'm back by myself now. Yeah, she might have too many things running. The last time I was on a live, I was on the other side of my house. So I think the distance was one part of my modem problem. But once I got the Roku TV and it kept farting out, then I just knew that it was the router. I am very well, Stinker. Stinker, stinker, stinker. So where are you guys from? I am in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Exciting. It's supposed to be 100 here today. Oh, nice. I have friends in Michigan. And when they were here and I used to kept saying Wisconsin, she would correct me and I'd say the same place. It's the same place. Which I'm sure in Michigan people say Arizona and New Mexico are the same. Oh, nice. I've been to Washington and Ohio. I have not been to Pennsylvania and New Jersey. I think it got to 106 yesterday. So for us, it was a dry heat. I don't know that there was any clouds, but I see some clouds, thin clouds. I don't think we're getting any anticipated rain. Those clouds are probably from the heat. And I'm not sure that we have any wildfires, so the air's cleaner. But it's nice. It's not humid hot the way you guys enjoy heat. I have been in that, and I'm a desert rat. I don't really do very well in hot, moist weather. I said it, moist. It would be yucky. Although we do get humid here every once in a while. Not the same kind of humid. Well, as a desert rat, I've always wanted to live where we would have Wuthering Heights rain. And I went to Fort Lewis in Washington, and I anticipated it raining like every single day. We were there a week, it rained maybe 15 minutes, but I saw the roots 3 feet out of the ground. We don't have that here. So definitely there's a lot of moisture over there. I think if we had Wuthering Heights rain here, I would drown. There's just not enough. There's not enough place for that water to go. I don't know. My phone keeps. Been to New Mexico once. It's really pretty up there. We got a gazette, a little brochure or something to find out where all the free stuff was. And we went to the Botanic Garden and we went to I don't know the name of it, but it's like a wild animal refuge environment, bird sanctuary kind of place. It's really cool. And to be in Seattle and just different big cities like that, just very different. Yeah, I've been to Fort Lewis and to Fort Jackson. And my son told me that it's called Action Jackson because it is co-ed. Oh, good. I've never been to New York. I've always wanted to go to New York. My son moved to Washington, D.C. here about 8 months ago. I've been to Vegas. I went to an eBay radio thing many years ago. It was really cool. It was really interesting to see all the other eBayers. And it's not a claim to fame, but the day that we went to the eBay radio thing, and I went to Savers. I think it's the largest in the country, and I saw Jason and his old cohort and a few other notable names just palling around at the Savers. And I was a little bit of a fangirl, but it was just interesting, but interesting to see where they are now. Interesting to see where Jason is right now. Just to throw that in for Vegas. I couldn't imagine Vegas today, but I guess they're open. We're going on official lockdown tomorrow. Oh, thank you. I'll be there. I have a reseller friend. She is in Oregon near Mount St. Helens. Her name is Candace. And her store name on eBay Oh, now you're putting me on the spot. It's fun. It's fun something, PHUN. Oh yeah, the networking was really fun, and getting to get a little tipsy with other resellers was fun. I traveled with my mom and her best friend, and the little eBay group that I'm a part of, one of them was able to rent the penthouse at the Planet Hollywood hotel, and we all shared. My mom and her friend came and followed me into the eBay event, and then sat down and had eBay personnel walk up to them and ask what they were doing and why they were there, and they pointed me out, and the eBay people let them stay. But it was really fun. Got to see like a fashion show and different things. It was really cool. If you've never done an eBay event or a reselling type event, they're definitely worth it. Yes, you pick up tips and tricks, but just that reseller camaraderie. Nobody else knows what we know. And so I'm sure all of us have a few dents in the forehead of the lessons we've learned. Yeah, how I'm taking over the show, I find very funny. But it's very interesting. Now, how long have you guys been reselling? I started reselling in 2004. I bought my son a book on eBay. In 2004. I bought my son a book on eBay. In 2004. And then I bought a pair of tickets to Journey here in Albuquerque from New Jersey for $16. And I thought, well, if these people can do this, I can do that. And so that's really kind of how it all started. So are you back? Are you officially back?
I'm just gonna let you keep going.
No. Well, you're not blurry.
Well, I am for right now. I reset my router.
You're not blurry, so things have improved.
Let's hope it stays. Although I was gonna say that I'm gonna just leave you running the show because I went from 4 watchers to 9. So I'll keep you here. People like it.
They
when
have
I'm
no
gone.
idea. Yeah, they have no idea what they got themselves into. No, I just started rambling. But
I have you on my phone.
nice. But
I'm
I
like,
do
at least
enjoy
I can go on my phone.
Well, you
I'm
know,
sorry,
I think we all must enjoy it to be sitting on a Sunday morning watching other resellers and talking reselling. You know, we've
Yeah,
all
I'm
sold
like that. I
crazy
mean,
stuff.
I'm reselling 7 days a week. Like it just never stops for me. You know, because I'll take off a Tuesday and spend with my sister, and a Wednesday with my mom, and then I'll just work Saturday and Sunday, and sometimes I'll take a whole week off. Just
No,
that's what's
absolutely.
nice about, especially with Amazon, because things just continue selling and shipping to my customer. So let's hope I keep my internet.
I just pulled up the website, a Tradesy app, and this is the home page that came up.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Yeah. My left is now my right. Oh, shit.
So is Tradesy like, I mean, I've heard of it, but I've never really gone and checked it out. Is this similar to eBay where you just list it and you ship it? It's not where you send it into them or anything like that? Because there's some out there
Well, they give you 3 options. The expensive one, they send it to you, the shipping supplies. The medium one, I think you pay. Or you, the third one is you do your own shipping. And you buy it yourself. So I buy on through PayPal on the USPS website. And all my money that I make off Tradesy, I just feed PayPal. So how this eBay no longer being PayPal kind of thing affects me, I don't know. But whenever I make money, I just have it automatically go to my PayPal. So whenever I sell anything, I can just print the shipping, and it doesn't cost me anything because I've sort of pre-fed that account. But there's
You
times
know,
I've sold.
I have.
Oh, go
I'll
ahead.
say I've been on managed payments since last summer, and I went to PayPal yesterday because I needed to send some money to. Well, at the beginning of the video, which nobody was around when I was talking about it, I had a friend send me a hard drive, and I had to send him the money for it through PayPal. And I logged into PayPal and I had like $1,600 in my PayPal
Wow,
account. And I'm like,
nice.
holy smoke, I had no idea I had that much money sitting in there because I
Yeah.
don't have anything feed there except for Bonanza. So it's all from my sales from Bonanza over the last
I'm
month or so.
I'm kind of curious. I've heard Bonanza since the beginning, but didn't ever really seem like it was a viable site. If you would ask
Oh,
me if
this
trading
year,
is a viable site, I would say probably not for most people. But
I think they
so I'm
must be
curious.
working with Google where, because most of the people who buy from me, they started Bonanza the day they bought from me. So they must be going to Google, searching for something, and then clicking to buy it, and it's bringing them to Bonanza because there's a lot that are, well, pretty much most of them have never purchased at all. They're the very first time. But I don't sell expensive things. So for me to have $1,600, most of my sales are between, 10 and $30.
Right. Same
But I
here.
sell
Same
quite a
here.
few on there. I do want to say hi to Chris and Greg. I know you guys came in when I was gone, when I
The last
disappeared.
the last thing I sold was yesterday is a pair of Raffaella pink stretch capris, and I think I
Oh,
sold them for like $15. But so
hmm.
$15 less $7.50 less shipping. I'm only making a couple bucks, but it got the heck out of my house, and it's. That's what I'm trying to say. Tracy is just one of those places. If it sells, then goodbye. Who knows how long it would have sat on eBay or Mercari or Poshmark. I
Right.
still make sales, and I share very little on Poshmark.
Yeah, I still make sales on Poshmark. I maybe share once a month, if even that. I don't share hardly at all.
Right.
Because if somebody is looking for something in particular and they do a search, you're still going to come up. It's
Well,
just
that's
if
the
they're just looking at random stuff, you won't come up.
and I think that to me that's the point. If you go to any site, Amazon, eBay, any of them, you're going to be typing something in. They're not going to know that you were thinking about pink pants and have that show up to you right away. You're going to have to do something. So,
Right.
good keywords, good titles can maybe land to someone serious rather than a window shopper.
Yep, I agree. That's why I still cross post there and just keep my stuff there. And every
Mm-hmm.
day I go in and I ship my eBay stuff. And then if anybody's ever watched me when I share my screen and my bookmarks bar all the way across, I have eBay, Mercari, Etsy, Poshmark, Bonanza, and I'll sit there before I say I'm done shipping. I'll click on each of those just to make sure I didn't miss something.
Right.
Because sometimes like I don't know I get a Bonanza sale unless I see something come through from PayPal, and I don't always just pay attention to all the notifications that come in on my phone.
Same here.
Right, make
Unless
sure
it
these
has
are
the
not
word
expired.
unless it has the word sold, I usually wait till the end of the day or different points of the day to look at stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I do look when it goes cha-ching, if I'm able to look.
Did you know
But
Mercari has kachings now?
no, I don't get a cha-ching when I sell a Macari.
I have had it for the last couple weeks.
Is it so? Must be something on the app I have to update. So
I don't know that my app is updated, but that must be so.
Knee and shoulder. Okay, so that was there because I don't have enough room. Hold on, I gotta grab another bag. I got some Nerf guns. I'm excited to ship them in. Yeah, my sister-in-law did a bunch of shopping for me. And I got a lot of stuff from her. Oh, there's an envelope. Oh, that's the receipts. That is nice. Been getting these Brita filters. These have been selling pretty good. All right, those are all the machines. Okay. So these I'm doing FBM, so I need to update my FBM thing.
Someone just asked if I had something negotiable. Hell yes. Okay, I didn't say that, but I think I'd rather.
If you had something negotiable?
Yeah, if I have a.
Oh, on like Macari?
Yeah. That I would rather have if someone's like legitimately interested. And I think we all have ones that we ask questions and whatnot. But
yeah, what I hate is when people are like, is this still available? And I'm going to say, if it wasn't available, it wouldn't be listed. Or I hate when I say, yes, it's still available, and then they don't buy it. Like, why'd you even ask?
Or you can't find it. Yeah, it's been listed so long.
Yeah, I do have a few times I've had to cancel because something sold on eBay and I forgot to take it down. Okay, back refill. Back. I got 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plus 11 is 19 of these now on Merchant Fulfilled. And I am the lowest price. How come they're not selling? That's odd.
I have one Brita filter that I've had for years, and it's still not sold.
Greg, I cannot believe you are not on Bonanza yet.
I can't believe I'm not on Bonanza either. I'm sorry, if you have said what your best seller is, I mean, what kind of things are you selling there? You don't have to get super specific, but is it random?
My channel is so small that I guess it's specific now because, I don't care. Now, if my channel ever gets bigger and I got 1,000 people watching, then it might be different. But right now, I'll say. So I've been selling. All right, I think I got 2 of them over here in my booby trapped area.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a story behind these. So I bought these last year at a local drugstore, and I did like a whole sweep and went through a whole bunch of stores buying a bunch of stuff, and these were one of the things I was picking up. So you use them. I'll put them close so people can see. So they're for somebody like who's disabled trying to stand up. So instead of like getting under somebody's arms to help them, you hold one side, they hold one side, and it gives them something solid to hold on to. So I picked these up, sent them to Amazon, probably had 100 of them. And then this company, Able Life, is the name of the company. They sent me a cease and desist, stop selling their stuff. And I was like, bullshit. I legally purchased these. I'm going to keep selling them. So I ignored their letter, and they demanded where did I buy them? Who did I source them from? All this other stuff. And I continued to sell them, and I said, well, I'm just going to sell them until I sell out, because they were selling pretty regularly. And then I had red ones and blue ones. And then they sent me a few more letters, and I finally said, all right, it's not, at this point, it wasn't worth to keep selling them. So I put them on eBay. Well, I took them down, and then I think it was maybe March. I said, this was last July or August, they sent me this. And in March, I said, I'm going to put these as merchant fulfilled through the pandemic. I'm just going to go ahead and list more of them because they were out of stock on Amazon.
Right.
And immediately I get a letter from them saying, we asked you last summer, stop selling them. So I left them on for a few days, hoping I'd sell some more. They weren't selling. So I So I said, all right, I'll take them back down. I'm like, ah, you son of bitches. So I stopped selling them. And I put them on eBay. Well, I've had so many and they're just not selling on eBay. And I lowered the price. Well, these have been selling on Bonanza. Like I've sold a few on eBay, but these are flying on Bonanza. So enough where I actually had to cancel an order. I didn't have to. I canceled an order because I thought I was all out of them. So I had about 60 of these at the beginning of March. And these have been selling crazy on Bonanza. So I canceled one because I thought I was all out. And then, oh, surprise, I had 3 sitting right here. So I now have 2, and I sent one to one of the customers for free. The one I canceled, I said, like an hour later, I saw those, and I said, oh, I know I canceled your order, but I actually do have it. So I went ahead and sent it to her for free. I didn't pay much for them. And it only cost me like 3 something to ship them because they're really light. So I'm selling that. I sold, let me see. There's a lot of those. Let me keep going down. No, more of them. Like,
well, I may check Bonanza. That sounds pretty interesting.
Oh, Peppa Pig.
Oh, I love Peppa Pig.
Yeah, so I can't sell Peppa Pig on Amazon. And I got some items on clearance at CVS. So I paid $4 for this little storage case, and it sold for $28. Sold a puzzle. I bought it for $13 at Walmart, full price, and sold it for $37 plus shipping. So they paid $49 for it.
Nice.
So, I mean, medication. So I have some supplements, some probiotic digestive mood health that was expired, a Monster High doll, Gone with the Wind DVD, a pool, shaving oil, another pool. Yeah, I mean, slip and slide. So I mean, it's so simple. If you have stuff on eBay, it doesn't cost you anything to list on Bonanza, and it will automatically copy all of your listings from eBay to Bonanza. So I mean, it automatically updates your eBay listing when you sell something. So it's just simple. I don't know what their fees are. Maybe I think they're like a flat 10%. It's not very high. The fees.
Yeah, all things considered, that's not too bad.
No, and it's all.
Do you do a lot of
local? Do I do what?
Local. Do you do a lot of local stuff?
I do no RA local because people are vicious over here. I am a price gouger. I'm stealing from children if it's a children related thing. Right. So unless it happens to be a used item, non-collectible, because if it's an expensive used item, again, they're mean. So I don't even bother. If it's a $3 item, they'll be happy about that. If it's something that's free, they're happy about that. But the marketplace, Facebook Marketplace over here,
right,
and like other places like Craigslist, OfferUp, nobody uses any of that over here.
I've sold a couple things on OfferUp and a handful of things on Facebook Marketplace. Only a few things like right away, but I don't know. I don't know that this is the area for it either, but I know people do look and they do shop. I've sold, the last thing I sold on Facebook was the,
Oh, hold on, my phone's ringing. Even though my husband knows I'm doing live today. Hold on just 1 second. Hello?
Don't you know I'm on a live? Okay, is this my show again? So I am listing that tablecloth still. And for all of those who want to see, oh shit. Of course I wadded it in a big old pile. But lovely woven pattern, holiday fun and flair, gold tablecloth. Just what everyone needs. Have you sold some Christmas stuff here in July? Are you doing any kind of special promotions for July, the Christmas in July? I have actually sold a couple things, not technically Christmas, but they are Christmas theme-ish. And what are your thoughts on I'm trying to sell off a little bit. No money, I can totally relate. I actually said I'm not going to do any garage sales. So I found a reason to go out of the house. I stopped by one. I actually was considering buying some shoes for myself, but when the guy said $20, I thought in my head, oh, hell no. Am I buying them for $20? So I think I'm forever changed. I have a lot of inventory, so I don't need to really source. I need to master the shit I got. And so I do like the thrill of the hunt, like most people, and do suffer from FOMO. So it's just weird. But I think with the lockdown, and we're about to go back to phase 0 or whatever on Monday, that there's not a lot of garage sales. Maybe not as many, or I'm not seeking them out. The few that I've gone to in the last few weeks have been like the crap we're all trying to get rid of. So, yeah. But I always check the clearance section at my Smith's. I bought some, shoot.
What kind of store is Smith's?
It's a grocery store like Kroger's. And they had 3 boxes of, food saver storage bags for $1.50 each. And I've sold one already for $20, and I have the others up for $20. So I do try to do a little RA here and there.
Yeah, I love Food Saver. I might have to go to your store and buy some.
I got them.
I gotta move these out of my way.
Well, the guy who's interested in my item on Mercari says the price I put it at is the same as what he can find for new. Well, go buy the new.
Then tell him to go buy it new. Somebody told me that one time. They're like, I can buy this brand new at whatever. And I said, well, then why wouldn't you go buy it brand new?
I'm going to say thank you for the consideration. Asshole. I get it.
I've also told them, I've also said, oh, thanks, I should go buy more of them so I can mark them up and sell them here. It depends on my mood. There was some, you know what I hate? And I kind of got stinky with somebody the other day. They sent, I hope I can sell these. My sister-in-law bought these for me. They were the wrong ones. These Burt's Bees face masks. I've been selling the tubes of the face masks. And she goes, oh, they have Burt's Bees face mask. And I said, oh, buy them all. And so I get the stuff that she bought, and they're not, they're they're like the packaging. They're not the tubes. I didn't know they had these. So I bought a ton of these that I don't know what I'm going to do what I did with them.
If I had them, I'd put them on Mercari.
On these, probably. I'm going to see, though, if I can even, like, if they sell on, because I was thinking if they don't sell on Amazon, I'll just put them in like a pack of like 4 or something, because I got, like, there's a lot of them here. I bet you I have close to 100 of them.
Nice.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Oh, so I don't know, maybe like 80 of them. So, well, we went down to only 4 people watching. I think I need to give it back to you only.
I was starting to ramble again. Well, I really like reselling, and I think those of us who are still doing it after all this time, they must really like it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, so I wasn't nice to somebody the other day. That's what I started to say, that They sent me an offer on eBay, and I said, I countered. What are you laughing at? What am I missing?
No,
'Cause I'm looking
I'm
back at you.
just what came to my mind. So you said that you countered something. Oh no, I lost it.
Oh, they offered me like $4 on something, and I said the best I can do is $8.75. And I think I was probably selling the item for like $14. So it's still like almost half off.
Okay,
And
now I'm
so
getting a call. Okay, hold that thought.
oh, okay.
Hello? Oh, hello?
Hey, Johnny. I'm just
No,
sitting here
we're on the
working.
call.
My internet keeps going out. And the wonderful Michelle keeps jumping on and taking over for us.
I thought it was for sure too.
Oh, hold on. I thought I muted her. Okay, yeah. There she goes. Um, so yeah, so thanks to Michelle for being around and keeping the show going today. Or there would have been like nobody on screen for oh gosh, it was a long time, actually. It was a long time. I have a ton of these and I don't know how much she paid for them. No money G. No money G, you gotta come on my show sometime. Purifying sheet mask. Hope she didn't pay a lot for them. 70 cents. 70 cents a piece. And I got to keep looking to see when she gets off her phone because I muted her. I don't know if she can unmute herself. My sister keeps texting me. She must not know I'm on a live. Kitties. So what's everybody got planned for today? Anything exciting? And if anybody wants to jump on and join us, they are welcome to. I'm trying to unmute you. Okay, there we go. Invite. Copy. I'm going to post the link again to StreamYard. If anybody else wants to jump on. That way, when I lose my thing, Michelle has someone to talk to. Oh, Michelle, somehow I keep trying to unmute you. Hold on, you're muted. I'm clicking to unmute you, and it's not unmuting you. Oh, maybe you muted yourself. Oh, yeah, you muted yourself. Oh. All right, so Johnny, yes, I do have a scanner. It's very similar to like what James was selling or getting rid of on his channel or on Victoria's. And I love it. I picked this up on eBay. I don't think I paid more than like $10 for it. It was really cheap. And it has a little stand. I don't use the stand because I just leave it sitting here next to my thing. So I use it to scan the UPC for Amazon and Inventory Lab. But you can also use this for eBay. So if I'm going to list something on eBay or I'm doing research, and especially if it's a brand new item or even a used game, instead of typing in the name or whatever, it's just quicker. You can just scan it, and it only works if people are putting UPCs in eBay. And I know a lot of people don't put UPCs in, so you can't just go buy the UPC to see how things are selling. Hey, welcome back, Michelle.
Thank you. That was my mom.
That's
and
nice.
It's not necessarily inviting herself over, but we're in lockdown and the city pools are by appointment only. So she's a gung-ho swimmer, and so she's gonna go swimming. And then she said, well, I might come over if it gets too hot. I said, just come over and enjoy the air conditioning. So I guess I have afternoon plans now.
Oh, there you go.
I'm gonna try to put her to work.
That's the thing. I know. My mother used to come over and Well, she came over one time and peeled off all the stickers of price tags for me. Now she travels with me. I go sourcing and she peels the price tags off, which is great because I don't have to do it. But then it makes me have to find the receipt to find out how much I paid for something to put it into Inventory Lab.
Well, I do.
So these I only make 31 cents on. I don't know. Oh, wait a minute. No, I make $1.85. Who would pay $5.52 for a one-time mask?
They're charging $4.99 at Smith's. For a little well, maybe 3. No. A cloth mask is $14.99 at the grocery store.
I'm assuming it's one single-use mask.
Which I think is outrageous.
I need to give these to Johnny to use on his bingo. Because look at Johnny. It could cost you only a price of a stamp to mail it to somebody when they win. And they could win a $5 mask, one use. That's crazy. Somebody would pay $5 for that.
It's crazy the stuff that people buy in their drawers from home. It's just crazy.
It is
crazy the stuff I've bought in my drawers from home. Although
how come all these people are going?
I bought
right.
toner from my printer the other day. It came nicely packaged with a lovely note. And I bought some cardinal vines, seeds, because I want to redo my fencing line. And so I was talking to my friend, and she said,
I'm not familiar.
Is very invasive. So I thought, well, maybe I'll just get the seeds. Then I can control where they are planted and can control where they grow and take over. I don't really have a green thumb, but that sounded good.
Yeah, I don't have a big one either. I have got some garden stuff growing, but not a lot. You know, I'm thinking would be good is if I created a listing on Amazon and put like 3 of these in a listing.
Why not? Do it. Do it. Just do it.
Then sending them in. I know. I'm thinking because right now they're back ordered. Even though people have them in stock, Amazon's buy boxes with a back order of July 19th. So for $3.85.
Why not just maybe do a couple of packages FBM and see if they go? And then you can send in the rest. Send in the 70 if they're not moving fast enough.
Yeah, I was thinking if I even put them together, I could do a 4-pack for $12.
Yeah.
That might not be so bad. Let me see how many FBM have them in stock because there's 5 sellers. So it's really weird. I had all these notifications of YouTube just popped up telling me that Johnny was live. By the way, Johnny, you're live right now. That's what YouTube just told me. And it told me that Larry went live, like all these people. And I'm like, why is everybody going live right now? But then one of them said Saturday night auction. So I'm thinking, okay, these are old notifications that literally just told me about them.
Well, maybe since you refreshed your router, they're all coming through.
Maybe. Or maybe all of a sudden everybody will get notified that I was live today and they'll all jump on thinking I'm live. YouTube is messed up at times.
Yeah.
So there's only 5. So there's somebody selling these from New York. Who is this Cast River Group? And why are you selling these for 85 cents plus shipping? And what else are you selling that I might be able to copy and go and see if I can find in my area? We source them from the same chain of stores that I source them at, which is a local chain. All right, I'm going to not put these on Amazon. I decided not to send these in because I think I'm going to end up stuck with them. So there, I'm going to do eBay, which is why I still like doing eBay. I also had these moisturizing lip masks. which I didn't even realize it was such a thing. Maybe I'll scan these and see. Maybe somebody needs to moisten their lips. Oh, so what were they, Johnny? They're a mask. So this one is a lip mask. The other one was a face mask. But I don't know how much I paid for these. The other ones were only 70 cents, but they sell for $5 right now. Let's see how much the lip mask is. A lot of those purifying masks. I'm hungry. Oh, I might have to stop and go eat lunch at some point.
I'm making calabacitas. You know what that is?
I do not.
Calabacita is squash in Spanish, but it's like the universal stew-ish type of food kind of thing. I'm sure there's something in your neck of the woods. Like if somebody said clam chowder, there's probably 5 million recipes. So it's just a matter of who the cook is. That's kind of the same thing about calabacitas. It's kind of like a vegetable stew that you can add potatoes and meat and green chili, and you just whatever's in your refrigerator, that's what could go in it. So that's what I'm making.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because there's like a Manhattan clam chowder, and then there's the creamy clam chowder.
But
If you ever see these out and about,
wow,
pick them up because these have been really good sellers. I think they're discontinued by Icy Hot. They're like the TENS therapy. I shared these on my last live working thing because I sent a bunch in. I'm now merchant fulfilling.
So do you go with your phone and just scan the store? I mean, are you actively on the hunt and scanning when you're doing RA?
Primarily, yes. So these items were in clearance, and then once I find something that's a hot item in a clearance, I'll see. If I have the time, I'll take a day trip like I did last week. I took or the week before I did a day trip, which was like a 13-hour round trip, hitting a bunch of these stores to pick up these. These actually came from my sister-in-law who picked these up for me in Vermont. Because I was stressing I couldn't get over to Vermont and hit those stores. And I asked her to check her local store, and she went and she came back and said, she called me and she's like, I found some.
Nice. Well, apparently my gold
And then she went to
tablecloth has black spots. God dang it.
Ugh.
Why do we see the errors of our ways when we're actually listing the item?
I know. Well, you know what? It's better to find them when you're listing than to find them when you're packing them.
Oh.
I was not. Yeah, I am not live. That was yesterday. I know, Johnny. See, I think it's like that notification was old because it kept coming up, and then one of them said Saturday night auction. That's why I'm like, yeah, those aren't right now.
Okay.
Back and hip. 1, 2, 3. Hey, Johnny, if you want to come on and chat with us, you're welcome to come on.
We won't bite.
I mean, we're just hanging out working. We're just working. I'm glad my internet, I should knock on some wood, is staying up. All right, let's see. Now, oh my gosh, last time I sold this was for $52. So I sold it for $52.98. And just so you know, it's now up to $63.95. So guess who is raising her price? Wow, nice. Nice. Now these expire in October, so hopefully. Oh, what? I literally just listed them and I just sold 2 of them. Well, that was fast. I probably should just leave them right here. Oh, Kat, I am going to hit you with my chair. You make me so nervous being right there. All right, these are all eBay. I know that. And oh, let's work on these. Speaking of Burt's Bees, I found all my other Burt's Bees. Seriously, cannot believe I just sold some of those icy hots as I'm sitting here talking about them. So these are the Burt's Bees that I thought my sister-in-law was picking up for me. Instead, she picked up those one-time use things. Yeah, I wouldn't have had her get them. They're good stocking stuffers. Maybe I'll do good at Christmas with them. Okay. These are a clay mask. I got a lot of these. I got to sort them by which ones. And I know you're not there, Michelle. I'm just pretty much talking for the people that are listening.
I'm listening.
Oh, are you? Okay. I just didn't want them to be sitting there like not hearing me say anything.
Yeah, no, I'm actually looking at a box of nativity scene that I bought a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, like the little
Yeah,
figures
so I
for 'em?
thought, well, while I'm sitting here, let me just look it up.
Yeah, I love picking up nativity scenes. They sell really well.
This box is heavy.
Oops. So yeah, you guys were talking about, and I typed in that I've been through New Mexico. My husband and I took a road trip cross country about 4 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, because it was when I was still at a job, like, working for a company job, and I had a great boss. And I said I've always wanted to go across Route 66, and my father was dying at the time of Alzheimer's, and my mother was going through a grieving process, even though my father was still alive, but she was grieving all I wasn't going to be able to do that they had plans to do. And I said to my husband, I don't want to regret not doing something when we had the ability to go do it. So I said, let's plan this vacation. It's my only bucket list item. Let's do it. So my boss was great, and she said, yeah, take 2 weeks off. And she actually pretty much said, take however much time you need off, even though I only had 2 weeks of vacation left. But she said she knows I was a salary employee, so I would always put in way more hours than what I really was getting paid for. And we took off, and we were gone for almost 3 from Vermont to California on Route 66. And then we came all the way back and hit up Yellowstone and Minnesota, Michigan. It came up through that way. And we had such a great time. And we went through New Mexico on that. And we decided, because we were in my husband's Jeep Wrangler, and we said, well, we saw some like state forests, and you can take your Jeeps on your state land. So we decided to take the day and hit up some state trails and went off-roading and saw some wild elk in the trails. We had a really good time until our gas gauge went down considerably, and then we had to get out of the woods, and then we had to find where the closest gas station was. And things are like so spread out where we were. It was actually kind of scary until we found a gas station.
There's a couple of parts between parts of New Mexico and Arizona. You have to have a full tank. There's not any real gas stations between.
It was scary. And I got to tell you, so again, I worked for the military, and the people that I worked with mainly lived in like the Washington D.C. area, and in the Northeast, everything, all the cities are close to one
Right.
another. And what we used to do was have these events, and you had to have them at hotels. And we used to always say, well, you got to have them right next to the base and all this other stuff. And people always kind of wanted to go out. I didn't realize until we drove cross country how spread out everything is. And like you said, I'm like, if you don't get gas at that gas station, it could be, hours until you saw another
And you might be paying 50
gas
cents
station.
a gallon more
But hold on, my
because
husband is
they
telling me
know
something.
that's the last stop. We went it's been, I don't know, it's been a number of years, but we went the back road to California, not the highway. It was just so beautiful. And we got to see a bunch of things we never would have seen before. But I like traveling. I really like shopping trips. I've been to Vegas for shopping. Los Angeles, I did the best. That was my best return from any shopping trip. Been to Phoenix, Denver. I like that grab and go where you get a ton of stuff and come home. And it's stuff we don't have here. Okay. Well, I bought this box of figurines. I just looked this one up. It's a Chris Kindle. I don't know. Looks like an angel. And not very happy angel. Looking kind of sweepy there. So it looks like it goes for maybe about $12. And these are all retired. So I wonder if they were part of some sort of monthly collector thing. I went to an estate sale a few weeks ago and walked into the bedroom and they had all this stuff on this bookshelf. So I offered the lady $20 for her entire bookshelf. So, and I've already sold one thing, a metal music box for $16. So I'm just about in full profit. That's how I like to roll. Buy cheap, sell high. I do much better at garage sales and estate sales, those sorts of things, than I do in RA, I think. But
This ASIN is already included in your batch. Oh, I guess I already have some. So we ordered some windows to put on our screened-in back porch on the house that we bought a couple years ago, and we're going to replace them with. It's just an all screen, and we're going to replace them with actual
nice.
windows. So my husband went and picked up the windows earlier this week, and he's now taken the time, now that our company is gone, to kind of put them where they're going to be because his dad's coming to help him do it from Vermont. He's coming over. And he goes, I only got 7 out of the 8 windows. So he went to Lowe's and they said, oh no, we have 8 of 8. We ordered 8, got in 8. You picked them all up. So he needed me to take a picture. There's a sticker that says that that thing was 4 of 7 or something of 7. So he's like, no, there's 7, not 8. So that's good. So Cajun. So Johnny, I am in New York. I am way up near the Canadian border.
I have been to Canada. My first experience with humid was in San Antonio. I went into a porta potty, but it was in like a house, like a building that had no windows, but was ventilated. But I had come from New Mexico in an RV into the humidity, and I about passed out in the bathroom. Probably from the stink and the humidity. But
The humidity is crazy. It has been so hot here, like crazy hot.
this garage, this estate sale lady was selling from Mexico Bacardi fifths of tequila for $5. Did I buy them? No, not really a drinker. But there was also a little Tia Maria liqueur in the stuff I bought. It's Jamaican coffee flavored. The hell? And it's not full. So maybe they were hitting it as they were looking at their Christmas. Maybe it's not filled because I think I just broke the seal. I'm curious what it tastes like.
I know, I always wonder that sometimes. So
it smells like paint stripper. Okay, I'm gonna try it. Here's the action event.
Oh no! Hope we don't get us out.
Okay, it's not that great, but it might be good in coffee. So we'll save that.
Really?
It's that Jamaican
like coffee?
Yeah, it tastes like coffee.
Oh.
Jamaican coffee liqueur.
Oh, okay. Well,
26.5% alcohol, 50 milliliters. Product of Jamaica. Jamaica, man.
Jamaica.
Okay, so I don't want to get tipsy on a live. That would be bad. I don't think I could get tipsy from this.
It might be really strong if it's been fermenting for years. It's going to be really strong.
I have about a cup of coffee in here. Oops. Stick it in there.
Oh, there you go. Add it to your coffee.
My cold coffee, then I'm going to add ice to.
So my husband and I decided after being in New Mexico, so we were in northern New Mexico. It was so beautiful that we said, we're going to move to New York, because at the time we were talking about moving here when he officially retired. Actually, we're waiting for our son to get out of college. I said, we're going to move to New York, and then instead of getting like a place in the south to go to in the winter, we were going to just be able to go wherever we wanted each winter. And I said, first stop is New Mexico. We're going to go spend a winter in New Mexico because we just loved it.
Well, you're more than welcome to come visit.
So that's
it's really cool. And I worked in Santa Fe for about 13 years. And when you learn where to go that's not touristy, there's a lot of really fun stuff. And we call them forests. They're not the same as other places, but we have good mountains. We're at the very end of the Rocky Mountain chain. And we have 4 seasons. It's really nice here. It might have snowed once this year.
So is Santa Fe Route 66? I think we may have gone through.
If you were on 66, you went through Albuquerque.
Oh, did we? Okay. But we actually jumped off from 66 because we wanted to hit those forests. So I'm just going to see where we may have gone.
Okay, I'm going to get some ice. I need to work this magic.
So Albuquerque, all right. So that's lower. Oh, yeah, because we went through Amarillo. I think it was, the Zuni Reservation.
Yes.
That's where so we were down in that. So we were in the Mel something. I think that's maybe where we were. We spent the night in Albuquerque because I got a friend who lives in Albuquerque. I forgot about that. Yeah, because we were on the reservation when we crossed into Arizona.
Yes.
That's right. So I got to tell you, it was a humbling experience going cross country and seeing
This is yummy. I added a little more creamer and ice.
everything.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. This is awesome.
Oh, that's okay.
I'm sorry, say that
But
again.
I was
So
gonna say it was a humbling experience because we just got to see cultures we don't normally see and that type of stuff.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, I have never seen what I like. Like we see poverty here, but driving across country, we went through areas that were so impoverished that I
Yes.
couldn't believe some of those reservations were. I mean, my heart just
No.
was it was horrible seeing how some of them are living, and I'm like, people just don't realize how lucky they have it until you actually go and see how some other people are really living.
And it's not that it's just a bad time of the year.
Oh yeah, well this was 4 years ago.
No, but my point is it's generational. There are many that don't have running water. They don't have electricity. They're living like the old days in 2020. So
Right.
Not to me,
yeah. I could see that, and you could tell. And I'm sure some of it could have been even like just like, well, I was really fascinated by the outdoor ovens and how many people were like out in their front yards. They had those ovens outdoors cooking, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it was kind of interesting. I wanted to stop and eat whatever they were cooking because I'm sure it was delicious.
There's a bread they make, and they also do what they call an Indian taco, which is kind of like a puffy tortilla, and put beef and tomato,
like an Indian bread.
And they make a cookie kind of thing. Those women can seriously cook in that, or they call it an orno, and they can really cook in that oven.
Yeah, they looked really good. But the whole time we were like, there was nothing. Like we're talking about gas stations. So you saw all these houses and or what they consider their house. I mean,
right.
A shack. And I was just like, there's nowhere for them to work. Like even if they wanted to work, what do they even do? There was no, like, it was so far in between them and the next city, like them in Albuquerque going through Zuni. There's nothing there. That where do they even go work? Because there's no Walmarts. There was no nothing. Like you have to go to the little trading post to buy your groceries or whatever it is that you're buying.
They go to town. They go to Albuquerque.
Wow, that's a long drive.
Yeah, I mean, there's like Grants and Milan and Gallup. I mean, there's places, but you're right. It's far and few between, and they have figured out how to live. And they might go to the community center to get groceries. They may have other kinds of assistance. And not to sound very political, but we put them there. That's the weirdest, hardest part. But the difference between maybe then and in the past and now, the government would build them houses and they'd burn them down. Now they have casinos. There is a lot of good housing. They have improved their health care. They really are folding in their profits to help their own people. I'm sure they're making money hand over fist, but they're reinvesting a lot of the money there's a lot of casinos in New Mexico now.
Well, we have a casino here. We have a reservation, Akwesasne. It's a Mohawk tribe, and they have a casino there. And I was talking to somebody like last year, and I said, do you get like a stipend? Like, how do they take? Because I thought the reservation owned the casino, and she was saying by somebody who lived on the res that they don't get anything from it. And I mean, it brings a lot of employment. There's a lot of employees that have jobs because of it. But I was really surprised that the reservation itself wasn't seeming to really benefit, or at least passing it on to the people that live on the reservation. Maybe maybe it might
I can't.
It'd be different with
Well,
each
I can't
reservation.
imagine. Yeah, a for-profit type casino that doesn't help the reservation. I mean, that's the way it is here. I think there would be a revolt by both sides if they didn't get help, because they surely needed it. But this is not the handout that they've had for years. This is them investing, building the casinos, improving the casinos, and really benefiting the natives. We call them natives here. The natives can see the difference, which I think is good. But there, and I too have been around different places around the country. We're talking about Fort Lewis in Washington. We have Kirtland Air Force Base here, so we have military. We have around the military type environment. But it was really eye opening up there at Fort Lewis because it seemed very poor around the military site, which I think a lot of military sites are like that. But
They
it
are.
just it's just it's
'Cause
disheartening.
even sometimes military housing going on the base, you're just like, I can't believe our government puts our military in these housings. Some of them are so poor,
Mm-hmm.
so horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's,
Well, if you're enlisted, that's what you get. I'm sure the officers aren't there.
well, my son has benefited his time in the Guard. He's now in a federal position on leave. He can take a 20-minute shuttle to the Pentagon. That's how close he is. And I'm appreciative every day
Oh, really?
that he has a really good
Nice.
job. But darn it, he's at home. And his girlfriend has a really good job.
Yeah, that stinks.
But what do you do in this day and time? So I think we're going to see some of these
Yeah.
divides get bigger. But with New Mexico gaming helping the natives, that's really a good thing because this state is broke. I don't know about New York. I mean, they've got a lot of money and there's other issues, but I don't think they're as broke as we are.
Our state is broke. That's why our governor's been crying because the cost of the coronavirus has been really crazy for the state. Our problem is our taxes are crazy in New York that people with a lot of money are leaving. They're not staying. So if you were a billionaire, you're not staying in New York. You're now moving somewhere else because taxes are just cheaper somewhere else.
Right.
You might still have a vacation home here, so you have to pay property taxes, but you don't have to pay the income taxes.
I worked for a guy. He had a Haagen-Dazs store in New York City for 18 years. And we were talking about going on vacation, visiting New York. And I said, I would just, if I go, I want to go high end. I would want to enjoy that, something that I wouldn't see here. He said, you do not want that. You want to go and get a little cheapo room and put your stuff in and not come back until you're ready to leave. There's just so much to do in New York City that you won't need a room. So I find that very interesting and kind of a challenge. I think it would be fun to go see New York City.
Well, New York City is extremely expensive to stay in for hotels, and the rooms are really tiny. They're not like a normal hotel room because just real estate there. I mean, you're paying thousands of dollars for an apartment that is just a closet.
So you want to hear from our side? The base of one of the of the World Trade Center that went down is larger than the whole downtown area in Albuquerque. One of the buildings itself is larger than our downtown. And we don't live in a small podunk town.
Wow.
So it's different. Yeah. They brought one of the supports from the Trade Center building and they installed it in one of the Catholic churches down here in Albuquerque. So I thought it was pretty interesting, pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm like really far from New York City. Um, the thing is we're almost as far as you can get from New York City as anybody in New York, and so the county I live in borders all of St. Lawrence River, which in near Canada. So
Hmm.
our people, they just don't think like New York Cityers. But in this state, when you have a state that has a really large
Right.
city like New York City is pretty much tells all your like government what it's going to be because they have just the mass amount of people that vote down there dictate what we're going to do up here. So it's just a different world up here. We're not even close to New York City type.
Well, that's what we have here in Albuquerque. We have that, and there's probably 1.5 million people in the whole state. But Albuquerque, I want to say, is probably 750,000. I don't think we're at a million, but maybe close. But yeah. But Albuquerque's the big dog on the porch. But we're not the state capital. The state capital is Santa Fe, which is kind of a it's bigger than it used to be, but it's still kind of podunk. And they call it the city different, and it is the city different. Those artsy fartsy people, they live there.
Yeah.
And those rich people that used to live in New York now live.
Well, I mean, that's like even with New York because Albany is the capital.
Have you ever?
Well, Albany is the capital, and Albany is nothing like New York
Yeah.
City.
Have you seen that movie Glengarry Glen Ross with Walter Matthau? It's really a good movie, and Alec Baldwin. It's really the story of swamps, but it's basically the story of Rio Rancho. And now that's kind of like a big mole on the side of the face on Albuquerque. But they have intel. It really has blossomed and grown. But before they had a town, they had sagebrush and rattlesnakes, and they were selling it to people in New York. And then they started moving out. And then they realized they bought land in arroyos, and that had when it rains hard, you can get a lot of water very fast in your living room in some of those houses. So it's just interesting,
wow.
but it's really a good movie. But it's it's basically the story of that area.
Right. No, I don't. I'm not a big movie person. My husband is. And he can quote you things, tell you who was starred in all of them.
I like movies. I know I probably watch. Oh, I watch less TV, if any, because I watch so much YouTube. If there's anything I want to see, I can YouTube it. But now I have my son's TV, so I have free
Yeah,
Netflix and free Amazon. Yeah.
that's nice.
Yes.
Yeah, we watch a lot. We'll watch YouTube at night. We put it up on TV. We watch a lot of homesteading stuff on YouTube. Just 'cause he doesn't care about watching reselling, so I don't watch that at night when he's around. He goes into the bedroom to watch TV. I'll put on reselling shows and watch them or auctions and that kind of stuff. I'm usually not as talkative at night though as I am during the day. Like if I jump on a show, but my best thing I'll watch YouTube mostly during the day. Like if I wasn't on live right now, I would just have some YouTube channels going. All right, how come I have an extra one of these? Did I not do enough labels? I gotta print
I'm
another.
looking for resellers to watch because I'm not necessarily bored with who I'm watching now, but it'd be nice to see somebody new.
Yeah, I've been searching for some newer channels to watch. My biggest thing is, I'm not just starting out, so I don't need the 101 classes. I just kind of want more, I don't know,
I
201.
think, yeah. No, I think that's for me too. I've
Oh,
been doing
thanks for
this a
stopping
long
by,
time.
Stinker. And thanks
Bye,
for
Stinker. Nice to meet you.
stopping. I appreciate it. Stinker. Calling somebody Stinker. He must be the old Stinker. That must be what they call him all the time. You're a Stinker. Oh, 41. Assuming he probably was born in 41.
So my mom, that would put him close to 80.
Yeah, next year. So 79. Wow. Maybe. My father-in-law just turned 80 last month. Well, May. Keep forgetting today is July. I got more Burt's Bees. These are time consuming, and I don't make enough on them. I won't be picking up any more of these. I think I only make $3. Oh, I know. I already have it in here. I already got 11 of them that I did over a week ago. Now I got to add. Oh, wrong one.
I heard those not those specifically, but that the face masks were really environmentally bad. You know, it's like too many baby wipes. They don't really, the landfills are getting filled with them.
Oh, really?
Not to say you shouldn't sell them, and not that the ladies aren't out there buying them, but I have heard that they're an issue.
I think the landfills. So here in Vermont, I keep saying Vermont because I lived in Vermont for 49 years. In New York, they have a plastic ban, and they were doing when they went to only plastic bag. They got a plastic bag ban as of March 1st, except for now with the coronavirus. You can use bags because if you bring your reusable in, they won't touch them. You have to bag your own groceries.
Same here.
But they were showing on the news at the dump sites how many plastic bags get blown up against the fence around the dump. And I was like, holy, I obviously there's a lot that get thrown away, but I didn't know how much of a mess it actually creates.
Well, they had
it Jennifer, first. You're still here.
Come on, Jennifer, join the chat. Join the live feed.
I know. Why don't you come on? You go on your channel every now and then. You got some videos out there. She's got 1,000 subscribers, but she doesn't have very many videos. She should make more of them. Tamer, I saw you from that pirate auction guy. I have never seen or heard of him. Going off on Grimes. Your comment cracked me up. Are you high on pain pills? Yeah. I saw his live yesterday. So there was this reseller who went live yesterday and was just going off on another channel and just negative. And he wouldn't tell the whole story. Wouldn't even say the name of the channel. He ended up saying rhymes with crimes.
Oh yeah, them.
I'm like, at least say the channel name if you're going to be like complaining about somebody. It was clear, but yeah, because he's been having some back pain. So I was like, "Are you high on your pain pills or something?" Because he was going crazy. I finally hung up after like a half hour, but it's kind of one of those things where you don't want to miss the train wreck.
Yes, grab the popcorn.
So I was watching just to see the train wreck.
Yeah.
But I was like, if he said he wasn't on pain pills, he's just taking Motrin. Because I thought, if you're on pain pills, you really just need to stop talking right now and not be recording, because you might regret what you're saying in the long run.
Yeah, I've seen.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and.
I've seen a few people that just their passion shows. Maybe that's the best way to say it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe thankfully I haven't been screwed by anybody or felt like I was screwed by anybody. So I've seen some channels lose. Like there was a channel last fall that was a guy that I was watching, John Chartier, and there was this girl who just started out on YouTube, and she was like negative on him, like bad. and I unsubbed from her, and I think she lost a lot of subs. I don't even know if she's even on YouTube anymore. Yeah, it's not a place for drama.
No,
Maybe I'll come on here to do reselling.
and not to say that he is good or bad. He's not. I'm not the biggest fan, but I'm very interested, and I think he has a point and an experience level that I learn from every time I see him on like Scott's channel. Same with Scott. I'm not the biggest fan, but I like what he's got going on. He has a plan. He has an idea.
Yeah. Well, I have a
But
love-hate relationship with John. I will go up through a period where I love the guy, and then I go through a period where I'm like, oh my gosh, you're driving me crazy. And then I'm back to, oh my, he's just right out there. My husband loves him because he's just right out there. He doesn't hold anything
right.
back. I have wondered though if Scott is losing subscriptions. I told my husband the other day, I said, I really want to go and look at like a year ago how many views he got compared to how many he gets now, because he doesn't talk about reselling as much as political stuff, which, you know, I'd still watch him because most of the time I kind of somewhat believe in the same way he talks, but there's got to be people who don't, and I bet you they have stopped watching him.
I don't know that he would care.
It's a fine line, but I guess yeah, I don't think he does because I mean, like he's always says that reselling is my number one. YouTube is, you know,
Right.
secondary. He enjoys doing the YouTube, so he does it. But if YouTube was his moneymaker, we're like, what the hales? I know they make over $150,000 a year. They were talking about on another channel how much they made, and people were guessing, and somebody guessed 150, and he goes, no, more than that. So for them, I know they make a lot of money. So if you're, I guess if that is your job, YouTube ends up being your job, then I probably would just watch what I say and what I do, because you wouldn't want to lose subscribers. You wouldn't want to lose watchers more than the subscribers.
I really like Ann Eckhart.
Oh, she does like the reselling news, right? She doesn't actually go on camera.
Yeah, and she does a camera vlog too, like a once a week. Every day she has like a new idea, and she's like a week behind. So she talks a lot of her processes. And I like.
I just subscribed to her.
She's an interesting one. One of the videos that she posted, I don't think it was that long ago, she went into YouTube analytics of some sort, I guess a different website, and was able to look at different people.
Oh, wow.
Out there. I'll see if I can find the video and send you the link.
Oh, you know what? I actually was on a website yesterday. I was watching a YouTube channel, and there's Redneck Resale, a Redneck Reseller. I can't remember. Redneck something. They're a new YouTuber, and they got a shout out from a larger YouTube channel that does Storage Wars. And so I was watching that channel, Bargain Hunter, I think it is. And I was watching that one where they did the shout out. And he was using a website that was I probably have it in my history. I'm gonna check. I went to it yesterday and I looked up myself. Where's my history?
Is that Bargain Barons? Are they in Canada?
Somebody's probably saying it and they're not looking.
He's got a bunch of tattoos.
No.
I think they're an interesting.
Oh yeah, he does have tattoos. He's in Alabama.
Okay, yeah, no.
Redneck Resale. But I'm trying to think of the website I was at. Let's see, it was, oh, here we go, yesterday. It had, so it actually I looked me up and it says that I was like making money. Like it tells you how much a YouTube channel could put taking or whatever. Social Blade is the name of it. And I looked mine up and it says my estimated monthly earnings are between 65 cents and $10. And I'm like, yeah, it's zero. I don't make anything on YouTube. I don't have the whatever to be monetized yet. Which You know, I enjoy doing YouTube. I don't want it to become my full-time anything, because I know that one thing that Jeremy Hale says is that it becomes like a job, and it stresses him out, stresses out their
Well, and just
relationship, because he's got to put a video out
yeah,
every single day. Like, I don't want
just
to
to
do.
be creative. That's what I watch people's. I don't know, struggle's not the right word, but it's a challenge. And I think for Scott also, he was showing so much RA that I think that kind of came and hit him in the butt. And then, he's friends with all these people and he travels across the country and he does this, that, and the other. And, there's a lot of stuff he doesn't want to share. And I think he's learned through the processes where it's bit him. So just trying to come up with new ways of presenting kind of the same information, but that's valuable to his existing long-term resale viewers.
Right. Well, I think that, like, I watch Rally Roots, and their whole thing is, I mean, they just kind of keep saying the same thing over and over again, because I think a lot of new eBayers go to their channel. And if you find that there was a video, because I do the same, like, I'll do a search on YouTube and I'll say, give me the most recent, or give me just anything that's been uploaded this year. Like, I don't want a how to list on eBay from 2 years ago. So
Right.
I think for me, like, as I grow, if I find there's videos that I do that get a lot of views, after definitely a year, I probably would revisit that topic and do a new updated video of that, even if things haven't changed, just because I think people don't really want to go back that many years. Now, if I was fixing an Oric vacuum cleaner, I don't care if the years ago, because it's the same vacuum cleaner telling me how to fix it. So I just think there's certain videos that kind of need to be refreshed. But I did see that. So Greg had mentioned, so it was Debbie Does Sales, I think, that did that video about John Chartier. Yeah, I left her. I don't think she even had 100 subs at the time. And yeah, you quit watching BP. Yeah, he has gotten very political, and yeah.
Well, I don't listen. When John starts talking politics, I tune him out. When Scott starts talking politics, I bend my ear. But some of his videos where he's doing shipping or doing RA, I'll leave that on. Part of it is the voice, and what and listening to what he's saying, but you don't have to necessarily sit there and watch it. But I like that part. Almost like reinforcing.
Yeah. Well, that's how I feel about his, like, even his Tuesday and Thursday shows. I can just put them on in the background while I'm taking pictures. Like, he's not showing anything. So that's why I do those travel time chit chats on my channel. And I mean, they don't get a lot of views because really you're just sitting listening to me and I'm just rambling. I love making them.
I've seen a few. I like them. I like had them on them in the background too.
Yeah, because they're things you can just listen to, and you don't have to usually showing anything. And I like, because I watch those with I don't know his channel name. I stumbled across it the other day because I hadn't seen him for a while. But I think it's Alabama Picker maybe, but he's friends with Scott. Yeah, he gets in and just chatters, him and his wife, on their videos. They're ones that you don't really have to watch. You can just listen to. And I put those in the car when I'm in the car driving. I listen to them.
I like him and less about her.
Yeah.
And and that's just how she is. So that's okay. I don't think we would be friends in real life.
Oh, there's definitely some YouTubers I watch that I wouldn't be friends with. Now, like Scott, I could hang out with him. Like, he seems like I would enjoy being friends with. I like him.
He'd be somebody I'd want to have a beer with. Same with Pete, Craigslist Hunter.
Yeah. See, I don't watch Craigslist Hunter. I used to watch him. I don't watch him anymore. I think it's because, like, I feel like I don't need eBay videos, and he just does eBay. So I'm more watching the videos on Amazon.
But
Like that's the
he
kind of
has
stuff
some
I
other
want.
stuff. Yeah, Pete has some other stuff too, but yeah. I don't really want to watch him petting the cat or watching the cat walk in front of him with that ass in his face. That just grosses me out. Shout out to you, Pete, and your cat, but
Or the
honey
bird. Doesn't he have
needs
a
not
bird
be on the
too?
desk.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Everyday FBA is a great Amazon channel. I do watch Everyday FBA. I also like to watch Hustle Buddies official. I mean, the guy kind of ticks me off a little bit because he has a Facebook group. I mean, it's his group. He runs it the way he wants. Somebody was asking a question about inventory and how they, store their inventory. And
Right.
I had commented within the replies. There was quite a few replies. And one of my reply was, hey, this is how I do it. And I have a video if you want to see it. I didn't post a link or anything. I said, if you want it, just let me know. And I had like 20 people send me a message asking for a link to my video. And I gave them the link, and he took that down, and he told me that even though it wasn't a link, it's taken people to other competing, was a competitor for our YouTube. And I'm like, what? I'm not a competitor. Like, there can be more than one YouTube channel. People should be going to more than one reselling YouTube channel. That's why, I will definitely refer people to other YouTube channels that I like to watch and tell them which ones I like to watch, because I think you can get information from so many different, and then you just take bits and pieces of it to figure out how you want to run your own business. So so I'm not as much of a fan of him. I still watch him every now and then. I don't think there's any that I watch all the time. I feel like a lot of the ones I've watched lately are more just really beginning level. I go and hang out and chat just of people who I like, not because of the content they're providing, just to support them.
I used to hang out a lot more than I do now. Now I try to, stay. It sounds really good. I try to stay more focused and have more YouTube in the background than actively participating.
Yeah. Well, and that's why I'll watch, and sometimes on lives I'll say hi, and people say hi back to me, and I don't always say hi again to them, only because I'm usually, especially in the morning, I watch the Adventures in Reselling Victoria, and I'm usually packing my orders or things like that. So I'm not active in the chat.
Right. Well, and to be active in right now, I'm seeing my Gmail. I'm on camera, but to be able to sit and watch the chat and all that, it's a lot. It's like we don't have enough hands or time in the day to.
Well, I mean, that's why I missed you sitting down. That's why I missed you sitting down there wanting
I knew it, and I was even like this
because I was too busy.
Yeah, I can see my face, and I'm like, hey.
Yeah, so I was like, sorry, I'm working. Well, that's why it is nice when when I'm working like this and somebody else is in the chat, it gives me, or, in the video chat, I should say, coming on, because I can talk and not have to just be, number one, talking to myself, which I'm very good at talking to myself. I do that a lot. And, I glance over at the chat to see what people are saying, but a lot of times I keep glancing and there's nothing new. And, but yeah, it's just nice to do it with somebody else. I appreciate you coming on.
Thank you for having me. So glad. It's been a long time. It's probably been at least, 6 months. I've gone on Valerie's channel. I've gone on a few other ones. It's just nice to feel like being a part. But I don't have to be a trailblazer or a content creator. For me personally, it's just, I can appreciate from my, my point, my chair.
Yes, I bet you that is nice, not having to be the content creator. So Greg said he met Joni, Scott's wife, and I would love to meet Joni. She seems like somebody I would probably get along well with. I'm pretty easygoing. I think overall I'm an easygoing person. My husband might say differently, and my daughter might say differently. Redneck Resale is live in 30 minutes. So that is the name of that channel, Redneck Resale. And I feel like I'm pretty. Yeah, I feel like I'm pretty. I kind of like whatever the situation calls for. I can morph into it. I'm like a chameleon.
Nothing wrong with that.
And I do have a weird sense of humor, a twisted one too at times. And I can ask my coworkers, my previous coworkers. I worked in this office in the military for the Army Guard, and I had these little guns that shoot these like foam discs. It wasn't a Nerf gun; they were like discs.
Mm-hmm.
And I would literally sit there, and my was always open. If people came by and I could hear them coming, I'd get ready and shoot my disc at them. And I had a Superman cape, and I would put that on every now and then and run through all the offices, reminding everybody how we are such a super team. We had a lot of fatalities. It was at the height of the Iraq War, and it was really tough because we were losing people left and right. And so, just to kind of motivate people. And I read this book called, I have it. I don't know what I did with it. It's about fishing. What was it called? Oh my gosh, I can't believe I can't remember. I actually taught a whole class on it to a national audience. What the heck is the name of that book? But it's after the fish market in Seattle. And it's just pretty much how, go to work and have a good time, have fun, put fun into your work, because if you don't, it's just going to become work. And how boring is that? So I would make sure that we always had fun. We always celebrated birthdays and weird occasions just to kind of keep the spirit up and stuff like that. So I met John and Lori too. I also took 2 of John's advanced info I paid for. Oh, did you? Oh. I saw he was charging that 34 and the second was 60. I learned enough from that to get the gist of what he does. Yeah, I almost joined his 4th quarter one last year. I was so on the fence. I hate paying for material. I bought a bundling class last year, and I went through the course, and at the end of it, I was like, I still had so many unanswered questions, and I feel like the course didn't really end up answering what I really paid the course for. And I was disappointed. So I've been weary on paying for content. And one of the reasons I started my Facebook group was because I to another Facebook group, and the girl who was also a YouTuber started, everything became like, she wouldn't answer questions. You had to like join this group to get the answer, or it was always you had to pay for everything. And there were simple things like people who wanted to get, it was all Amazon, mostly Amazon related. Like people wanted to get ungated in toys, and you had to pay for a class on how to get ungated in toys. And I'm like, just tell him to go to eedistribution.com, create an account, and place an order. Like, I just don't understand why everybody decided at one point to turn their reselling business into like profit of information. And I don't know, that just bothers me. Especially when you're just getting started. You don't have money. A lot of people that do reselling have very limited funds. So to have to pay $200 or $1,000 for somebody to tell them where to place an order, I didn't like that.
There's a territorial aspect to being human. It's probably part of our genetic makeup.
Yeah. Well, I was watching a new to me YouTube channel yesterday. Never heard of it or the person, and she sells those courses and sells this stuff, and she's got like a Patreon group and all this other stuff. And I thought, gosh, that's all information I give for free. Like somebody asked me to tell them for free, and I often wonder how much people make on that kind of stuff, but.
Do you want?
I just wish they would find I wish they would find my group and my channel and get it for free.
Do you watch Hooked on Picking?
Sometimes, but not as much anymore because I don't agree with some of their ethics.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff they sell for in new condition, it's not new, and it's just some of the stuff they do. I just wouldn't do as a reseller. So I would never refer anybody to watch them, only because I wouldn't want somebody to repeat some of the stuff they do.
I find it interesting.
They seem like really good people, though. Like, it's just maybe they just don't know some of the stuff they're doing. They probably shouldn't be doing, but
I think they know.
I don't know.
This isn't their. I don't think this is their first time at the rodeo.
Well, I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. And I don't really want to diss anybody's channel or whatever. It's just something that I don't. And I think that's what's nice about it. Like, because I have a few people that have said to me, "Oh, I'm thinking about starting a YouTube channel," and and I know other people have said, "Oh, there's too many channels. I'm not going to start." And I'm like, everybody's like who they connect with is different. Like, some people will watch me and they'll say, "Oh my God, I can't stand her. I'm not going to watch her again." Because there's people I've watched and I don't watch anymore because of, I don't know, there's one girl, she repeats the same word all the time. And I stopped watching her because it was just, I couldn't get past how often she said or ooh or whatever it was. I think it's a regional thing of the way she talked. But I just couldn't get beyond it annoying me. So I stopped watching her. So I think you just got to find the channels that you connect with and ones that kind of go along with your business plan. Like, I don't watch a lot of like private label channels because I don't do private label. Right. Just like I don't watch a lot of Poshmark channels because I don't focus on Poshmark. That's not my main source. It's just secondary. But they do
really like the push.
I am jealous of.
That's what I really like. That's what got me to Hooked on Picking, and to see how they segregate it and how they process things. I find all that very interesting. I think what catches me, and just like, I'm not the biggest fan of John Chartier. I'm not sure I'm the biggest fan of them as a couple, but I find their processes and how they break it down interesting. And that she's thought it out. Maybe not have every single answer, but she's shaking her money maker just like the rest of us.
Right.
So I find that interesting. That's my take on that.
Yeah. My sisters asked me because they just started with Amazon. They wanted to know what channels they should watch. I really need to go back. Because the other thing is I used to watch, before I started Yellow Brick Road Reselling, I was under my name. And then when I started this channel, I tried to go back and see what channels I was following so I could follow them under this one. And not long ago, I went to an old computer and I was logged into it and YouTube came up and I was like, oh, I haven't seen that channel in a long time. Like, it reminded me of channels that I haven't been watching. And I did a search the other day on, was it reselling or Amazon or something on YouTube? And there were some channels out there that have a huge amount of subscribers and a lot of views that I never even heard of. So Amazon doesn't even recommend them to me. So I got to find a way to find more of those so I can find more. Like, I don't want to buy a course. I find there's a lot on there about buying courses and stuff like that. I'm not interested in that. All right, what to grab next? Oh, maybe I'll do my Nerf guns. I think I bought 4 of them. Maybe 5 of them. I gotta see how many I have. Oh, I got those Brita filters too. Watch out, Cat. You got closer to me. I'm gonna hit you with my wheel. You make me nervous. You're so close to me. Oh, here's some more Brita. Put that within arm's reach. And let's do these.
Yeah, my dog put herself outside.
And I think those are on eBay. Oh, no, what is that in there? Oh, here they are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I got 7 Nerf guns.
Nice.
Oh, I probably should put them closer because I'm going to have to polybag them. Oh, it's going to fall.
So I guess to me, Amazon is the last uncharted territory.
Well, I like it because so there's a girl I started watching. I was watching yesterday that I had never watched before. She does Amazon out of her RV.
Oh.
So I just like the idea that you can go anywhere, go shopping, ship it in, and then you're done. You don't have to worry about the product anymore.
Right.
Well, except for when you get the product back for some reason, a return or something. They sent me a Lego box all damaged the other day. It ticks me off. For some reason, I could sell these Lego sets. They're like they're a model of a car, and I could sell about, I think, 4 different ones, and I could sell 3 out of the 4, but the 4th one I couldn't sell. Not sure why. Justin says he likes to lurk. Well, Justin, you should come on video time and get out of your lurkiness.
I don't have a lot of people. I don't have a lot of people in my life that I can talk to about reselling. Go ahead.
Hello. That was my husband calling because he heard me say that I was hungry a while ago. And he is out by the fast food restaurants right now, and he wanted to know if I wanted something. I said, no, we have so much leftovers. I said, and he goes, are you still on YouTube? I said, yes. He goes, well, you said you were hungry a while ago. I said, I know, but I'm still here. I said, but I'm going to have to get off soon to go eat something because I am hungry.
Funny.
There's an auction person, I don't remember the channel, that she's on Mondays, I think, and she goes like all day. And I'm like, how can she go all day without eating? I don't know. Maybe she eats while other people are up on the screen. I don't watch it because I haven't really gotten into the auctions. I'm not looking to buy like 1 or 2 items, your size large shirt. And sometimes I'd buy it for reselling, but by the time you add it in the shipping and stuff, it just doesn't make it affordable. Now, if somebody was selling a bunch of them, a bunch of shirts, maybe I would be interested.
I have a hard time
not
watching
shirts because I'm
Wednesday night auction, but I generally will put it on, at least to see how they're doing it and what they're doing. But they throw in the political stuff, so I tend to zone out because I'm working.
They throw in the political stuff at night too. Oh, yeah, I haven't noticed it.
It's not a lot, but there's some zingers here and there, and it's they're there to do their auction, so I think they try to temper themselves also, but they can be, all political opinions can be polarizing.
Yeah, I try not to bring up any of that stuff because I just, I don't want to turn off anybody. The only thing I like about it is like there is things that's nice to know where because I mean, gosh, even wearing a mask or not a mask becomes a political
Right.
thing. But like COVID itself, people have kind of politicized. But you got to know what's going on because you got to know it's going to affect your reselling business, right? If a lot of places, like you said, you guys are shutting down again. Like if a lot of places start shutting down again, then sales are
Yeah.
probably going to go up again online. So be prepared. And that's my topic tomorrow is going to be about what are you going to do if there is a second wave they say is possibly going to come this fall. Are you prepared for your business? Because so many people didn't have backstock or they had a small amount of backstock, which none of us want a death pile most of the time, right? So, but when something like this, a shutdown comes down and
Yeah.
you can no
Oh,
longer
no.
go to thrift stores, you're happy that you got that death pile. That kept me going through the shutdown.
So I don't know if I presume this is a true article. I saw in my, I don't know, Google feed maybe. But basically, the post office is going to eliminate overtime. And if you have overtime, it has to be justified. So,
I lost her. Hi, Jane. Welcome. Yeah, Johnny, that is a smart idea to stay away from political stuff. Right? Yeah, I agree. You just reselling shouldn't be political unless there's, obviously like when the sales tax thing was coming with the Wayfair decision and that kind of stuff. That's different. But yeah, I don't. I respect everybody's opinion, and even if it differs from mine, I respect that that's what you like. Like my daughter, her opinion is so far opposite of, let's say, my husband. I'm more in the middle. My husband's here, and my daughter's. Wait a minute. My husband's here, and my daughter's here. Backwards if you're on TV. But yeah, I try, and I just I love my daughter so much, and I respect that she strongly believes what she believes and will stand up and she will put on a good defense. And when it comes to like debate, she's right there to debate whatever it is, where I'm more of, I'm kind of more in the middle. I'd say I'm definitely can go both ways of political parties and stuff. Because there's a lot about one party I don't like, and there's a lot about the other party I don't like, but there's a lot I agree with one and one I don't. So that's how I am. But I appreciate anybody, and even if they take a political stance, at least they're getting involved versus the people who say nothing. All right, Michelle, I see you. I see you sitting there.
It's American. It's American. It's American to dissent. That's my first statement. And I agree. If someone's complaining about the political process, it's at least that they're vocal and
Right.
participating in some weird way. But did you hear what I said about the post office?
I don't think so.
I didn't realize that I got kicked out of the StreamYard, and here I am babbling on. So an article was in my Google feed. It basically said the post office is going to eliminate overtime.
Oh, okay. So you said something about overtime, but I didn't hear who you were talking about. All right. So the post office is eliminating overtime.
Right.
Huh.
Like the new bosses are coming in, shoring up the expenses and all that kind of stuff. They have 5 unions, so exactly how this is going to work, I don't know. But if they have mail and it's 5 o'clock, they're out. And whatever doesn't get delivered gets held till the next day.
Oh, wow.
And this is across the post office. So, rhetorical question, how is it going to affect us, resellers? And, eBay, Poshmark, all these, everything's based on a certain rhythm and deliverability cycle. That kind of stuff I find very interesting.
Yeah, I wonder if they will just find better process. It's the government. There's always a better way to do it. And I say that only for somebody who's worked with the government for years, the amount of time wasted on stuff. That hurry up and wait, that's so true. Like you hurry up and you sit around waiting. And That used to drive my husband insane that he would do that. He's like, I got shit to go do. I don't have time to be sitting around waiting for things to happen.
My son was in the guard, and when he went to boot camp and just different things, and he drinks the sauce of the military and the government, and good for him. And I don't have anything disparaging to say about it. I just find it interesting when he came back and he said, "Yeah, boot camp was like camp. It just had better toys." Well, I don't, at least it's better than the French Foreign Legion or something. But it's just crazy how it all fits together.
Yep. I think I'm only going to send in 3 of these nerfs because I don't know why. I scan. I thought there was more profit in these.
So with the price difference between eBay and Amazon is what?
I don't know. I didn't check eBay. I don't want to have to package these to ship them.
Would it fit in one of those triangle tube mailers?
It wouldn't, like for the shoes.
For the not poster, but the
no.
too big.
It would
Okay.
probably fit in like the larger, like the pants, or like one of these.
Right.
Just
magically
I think this is the thinner one, but they have one that's a little thicker. It would probably work there. So yeah, John, I worked for the government for many years. They are great for wasting cash. They are. So I think I'm guaranteed there's ways that they can cut and make it so they don't have to put in the overtime. But they also do need to pay attention to. I mean, they do have a lot more packages coming through now with the amount of online shopping. So if they're saying no overtime, then they need to hire some more staff and spread out the work. My office is under lots of routes will not be delivered under this new plan. Yeah, so that's so that's it. Like, there's definitely ways that they can maybe change some processes, because I think a lot of times with the government they do things the same forever before they like take a look at ways to become more efficient. But there's no doubt right now if things are being picked up because of the amount of work, amount of packages. I know my postal person here. Wow. She has so many packages in her vehicle that I had to reach over. That she will. I had to go pick up some stuff at the mail. She left me a little orange ticket telling me to come pick it up. She wouldn't deliver my mail to me because she just doesn't have the room in the car to bring it. So they're going to have to come up with another way to deal with it. And a lot of times it's cheaper to hire somebody than to be paying overtime. Employees won't like not getting overtime, though. Some of them rely on that extra cash. New Postmaster General is trying to do that. Yeah, good plan, but it won't happen. He eventually wants it privatized because he is Trump's buddy. Oh, I didn't realize there was a new Postmaster General.
Oh, I didn't catch that part either. I'm sorry, but I'm eating.
What? No eating. No eating involved. I'm hungry. And
I baked some ground hamburger.
And I'm on the East Coast, so it's almost 2:00 here. I'm hungry.
It's almost noon. I have had no breakfast.
1, 2. So I was debating on whether or not I should bubble wrap. I go through so much bubble wrap. Should I bubble wrap this or should I just poly bag it? You know how Amazon sends stuff? They are not good with their items. So I was going to bubble and then poly.
I think you answered your own question.
I know. I'm just wondering what others would do. Am I wasting money? Because I do all the books that I send in. I put them in a poly bag, even though you don't have to. I do because the warehouse is disgustingly gross. And but people are like, "Oh no, you're just wasting time and money and whatever." But I don't know. I mean, I've nobody's ever complained about my items being dirty.
We have a warehouse about half an hour away in Las Lunas, New Mexico. I wonder if I ship things, if that's where it'll go.
Oh, probably. Is it a normal warehouse or so? There's
I
different
have
types of
no idea.
warehouses. Some warehouses only accept hazmat. Some do. All right, that's not gonna fit. Some do like oversized items, and then some are just normal ones. All right, I gotta use. Oh, cat! I am gonna hit you. You're in my way. I can't reach my bags. So I bought these new bags to put. I was selling a lot of backpacks, so it's for backpacks. But I don't like them because they don't have a strip to peel off and seal it. I got to use tape. Oh, and it doesn't have my suffocation warning. I don't know how I missed when I ordered it to make sure it had it. So I got to put a sticker on it. So it's costing me even more money now. Hopefully I got a good deal on them.
I've been buying the trash liners at Costco and using those for my shipments.
Oh, really?
And I noticed they have a suffocation. Maybe it had it on there before, but I noticed it has suffocation warnings on it now.
I used to buy the bread bags from Walmart. That's what I got started with when I first started selling on Amazon. I used the bread bags, those clear bread bags, before I realized how many poly bags I was going to be going through. And then I got ones that just look a little more professional. Like, I don't think these that I'm using right now look very professional. I sent in a bunch of I'm really interested when I get it back. I sent in some like Tickle Me Elmos.
Mm-hmm.
And I just got a return for one. She says she got it. It was defective. Amazon fulfilled it. And then said it was defective and that it was dirty. That they got it and the doll in the box were filthy. And that the doll had white dirt all over it. I'm like, I would have never had sent in something that was dirty and had white stuff all over it. I would have never ever done that. And I polybag all my stuff. And I use these poly bags because they're really big. So I'm really curious to see when it comes back if it's in one of Amazon's green bags. Well, it probably would be because she probably wouldn't return it in the bag it came in. Because I'm wondering if something happened at the warehouse and they just, maybe it came out of the bag or something, the bag ripped, and they went ahead and just re-polybagged it because they've done that to my items before. Mm-hmm. And if they got it dirty and just sent it to a customer. Because unfortunately, not every employee is honest. And from what I understand, it's not good. It's not nice. Like, Amazon's not a good company to work for. So if you damage something, I wonder if they take it out of your pay. So maybe somebody wouldn't be as honest about it. Oh, shit. I hope if I put the label on it.
I know it's going to sound real judgy, but, considering the people that I believe are working at Walmart, at Amazon right now in Las Lunas, you're not talking rocket scientists. They have to have a system that everybody can follow in the warehouse.
Right. Yeah, but if something was to break, if something was to fall and it was a fault of an employee.
Yeah.
I can just see, just from what I've heard with Amazon, that maybe they get in trouble. I don't know. I have a friend who just started working there. I have to ask him. So Jane says, I lived in an area in the past that required my whole town to go to the post office to get our mail. Everyone had a post office box. My sister is still like that. So one sister lives in the town and she gets mail. My other sister, who lives like in her backyard, the house in her backyard, has to go to the post office to get her mail. My town where I bring my mail, the town I live in, it's called West Stockholm, New York. But my mailing address is Winthrop, but I go to the West Stockholm post office, and it's just this little tiny, if anybody's seen it on my video, it's just a little tiny post office. It's just really primarily there for people to go get their mail out of their post office box because they don't deliver mail to majority of West Stockholm. Thankfully, mine is out of a different post office, so I do get mail. That's weird that it says watch Redneck Resale live in 30 minutes when I swore I got that like an hour ago. I just got a notification. Very odd notifications, YouTube, on my computer. That was probably from yesterday. Right? I hope Amazon don't ship items the way they ship returns to me too. Yeah, I am just shocked by how they return things to me. Ridiculous. I'm assuming they don't. I would think that there would be more returns or complaints about things being defective or broken because they do not take care when they return stuff to us. Would you know what ticks me off the most is I like that so I was able to sell like Tylenol, Excedrin, things like that, and I just got blocked on those products, so I had to recall some. That they charged me 50 cents to recall my own product when they're the ones who just changed the rules. I feel like if they changed the rules, I could sell it when I send it in. I shouldn't have to pay to get it resent back to me. Oh, I got to get my don't choke on this bag. Don't put it over your kid's head sticker.
This is not loungewear.
Oh, and speaking about kids' heads, so I was selling hand sanitizer in March for one day, and then the whole fiasco price gouging happened, and they shut down the hand sanitizers. So I got on the bandwagon late, and I sold some from the Dollar Tree, and they just got recalled. So I got an email from one of our message through Amazon with one of my customers saying, "Hey, this has been recalled. She wants a refund." And actually, I got some of it here. I think I still have some. Yeah, right here. I still have some. And she said that. So I was reading why it was recalled. So it was recalled because if you ingest this, it can lead to death, blindness, and something else. And I'm like, well, you dumb idiots, don't freaking drink it. It's got.
I heard that if you put too much hand sanitizer on a baby, it can make a drunk. True or not, I don't know. Just saying.
It said it had like a methanol or what it's called ethyl alcohol, 70%. I don't know. Must be it doesn't like whatever it said it had in it. This one doesn't have. Oh, you know what? They're wrong. So, from my understanding, the ones that are made in Mexico are the ones that have that ingredient in it. This one is made in China. These are the same ones I bought and sold. Were these? And this one is made in China. Because this one doesn't have that ingredient in it. And what are the chances that somebody who bought this from me in March still has it? So, in my opinion, if something is recalled, just because you bought the recalled product, and you shouldn't mean you should get a refund. I think you shouldn't get a refund unless you still have some left and you want to return it and get your money back because it's unsafe. That's like saying, oh, a car got recalled and I owned it 25 years ago, so give me all my money back for the car, but I don't own it anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, if they're not willing to send back are unwilling to send photos of a damaged item, I'm not interested in giving a refund.
Well, I told her, I think it was a woman's name. I told her to send it back to me because it's beyond the return period. So she couldn't return it through Amazon. And I think also on Amazon, you can't send back health and beauty items. So I said, feel free to send it back. Sent her my address. I don't know if it was the right thing or not, but I said, here's my address, send it. And when I receive them back, I will send you a full refund. She had bought 3 of them. It came in a pack of 3. So it was a pack of 3 for $30. So it was $10 a bottle. And it's funny how that was price gouging. But now you walk into a store, this size bottle, you'll be paying more than $10 for it in a store right now.
Mm-hmm.
But that's fine. So I told her to return it. But then one of my members on my Discord group said Amazon is refunding his customers over $6,000. That's how many he must have sold. He sold a lot of them, but he's getting a bill of $6,000 from Amazon for him. And Amazon's just refunding them. It's not even so I guess if you FBA'd it, Amazon's just refunding it. I FBM'd mine, so refunds have to go through me first. But yeah, I'm like, holy, that's like crazy. Most people, that money's well spent. If you got money back in March sold $6,000 worth.
I think it speaks to the times. If one has a job that they're making $30,000, there's not a lot in the budget. So if you're looking at 2.5 bottles of stuff you bought, you want to return it. You want to get your money back. However that works. Most people are willing to do it.
Well, and I can see, because we were talking about it with my daughter and her boyfriend, and I said, if I went to Walmart and bought hamburger, and I ate the hamburger that night, and then 2 days later I hear there's a recall on hamburger, I'm not going to get a refund for the hamburger I just ate. Now, if I still had it, then yeah, I'd bring it back or call and say, hey, I bought your hamburger, but I've already consumed it. I don't know. Somebody said, well, refunding them now is better than a lawsuit.
You want to look?
Someone says it's better than a lawsuit, but I'm like, well, I got insurance for a lawsuit. I don't know if my insurance would cover the refunds or not.
That's funny.
I think it probably not. That's one thing. If you sell on Amazon, I would get a insurance policy to cover you. It's not a bad idea, even when you sell on eBay, to have a life insurance policy, depending on what you're selling. Anything that, health and beauty, any topical, anything that somebody could possibly, even a toy, like a Monopoly game, let's say. You could sell a used Monopoly game on eBay. Somebody's 18-month-old could get a hold of the shoe and swallow it and choke on it. And they could sue you for selling that Monopoly game. So I have insurance for that purpose.
I don't
have
insurance, but that sounds like
he had a good stopping point. Oh, I'll do this Brita. I'm going to do these Britas, and then I'm going to stop so I can go eat. I'm hungry.
Good.
All right, I see.
I feel like I'm still hungry, but I'm going to wait. I guess I got to wait for my mom. At least I had a little something.
Yeah, I got macaroni salad, potato salad left over. I got a squash and zucchini I got to do something with. And then I have cucumbers. I do have some hot dogs.
You can make calabacitas.
I know. I don't know what that is.
It is so simple. Put a little oil, little onion, fry. Cut up the zucchini. You can put in broccoli or corn or carrots, any of that stuff. Put in some like chicken stock. You can use water, and then put a lid on it and just let it cook. It could be soup. It could be less soupy. I mean, really, whatever you want to do with it.
It sounds similar. Like I usually, or I haven't this year yet because it just came into season. But I do zucchini, summer squash, onions, garlic, and tomatoes, and I'll saute that in a pan. God, it's so good.
That sounds.
I'm so excited that
Also,
things are finally coming in. I went to the farmer's market yesterday, and some places have stuff in. I got lots of flowers on my zucchini and my cucumber plant, but I don't have any actual vegetable growing yet. My phone keeps buzzing. All right, here it is.
they had scheduled a farmer's market for the next 3 months, and they were advertising it. Now it's on hold. So
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, because you guys are at an issue
we're
going on.
it's not we everybody around us has issues. We're just like the little poor kid in the middle, trying
Oh,
not to get more of it.
yes, that's scary. That was similar to us because, I'm up here in the northern part of New York, but when New York City had it hit so hard, and then right across, like Montreal was getting hit, and they're about an hour away. And, we were just like hoping that it didn't come here as strong as it was everywhere else. And
Right.
thankfully it didn't. Like we've had only 3 cases or 3 people die in our county. I
That's
say
not bad.
only. I say only, but one is too many.
Yeah. No, I think we're over 1,000, or we don't have 3, but we're talking about the Native Americans. The corner of our state is a corner of the Navajo Nation because it's across Colorado and Arizona and Utah. So they had a astronomical increase. I think 2 or 3, 4 weeks ago. I think they closed the reservations. Like if you didn't live there, you didn't need to
Wow.
be there. So I think that's good. That they're taking a very proactive stance.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So our reservation here, or because they have a casino that I miss, they're opening on August 3rd. Uh, they have been really strict. Like if you live on the reservation, and you're part of maybe even if you don't, but you're just part of the tribe, you couldn't
Hmm.
travel more than 50 miles. They just extended that to
Yeah.
100 miles because what I liked is whenever somebody would get the virus there, they were really good with their communication, and they would even tell you like somebody got the virus, but they had gone outside of the 50-mile radius and got it and came back versus, if they would have gotten it right in our area. Because that's my big thing is like when somebody gets it, it would just be nice to know if it was because they went to a birthday party or did they get it from Walmart. That makes a difference to me on how somebody may have contracted it. But all they do is sit there and cry HIPAA. Well, you're not telling me that Joe Blow got the virus. You're just letting us know how it's commonly being spread.
Yeah.
But
No, I think that people are, not everybody, but I think there's a lot that are fearful. You don't want to tell anybody if you think you have it or you do have it. If you have to go to the hospital, you might get it. I mean, there's just so much confusion and concern, and you hear these horror stories, and they're just incubating these issues. But somebody was saying, have you seen your phone? Have you seen there's numbers that you don't recognize calling you? And I said, yes. And they said, that's contact tracing trying to contact you. I don't know if that's true, but I find that very interesting.
I would think they would leave a message. Now, I
I
did
would think
hear,
so too.
I heard on the news yesterday that they're tracking you on your phone.
Hmm.
They said that if you have an iPhone, I don't know where it said. It said go somewhere and you can see if somebody's tracking you. I don't know. I'm not one of those like normally conspiracy theorists, nor am I like, oh my gosh, I'm so worried about somebody knowing where I'm at. Who cares? As long as you're not doing anything. My privacy, I don't. I don't really care. Somebody knows where I'm at.
I want to have some consideration of privacy. I do like that concept. However, we live in a day and time they can see if a man has a postage stamp in his back pocket from space. There's
Right.
not a lot of privacy happening. It at least make me feel good. But you know, that's part of our culture. That's part of being human now.
Now I do have like privacy location services. I have that on. I think you have to have it on if you have like the Find My Phone and all that. Nice dress.
It's a shirt, a Vivian Tam.
Is it a
The
shirt?
fellow,
It must be a tunic. It looks
yeah,
longer.
it's a large, and it's got like I called it bandage, but it's just like little, I don't know, little doodads, little seams. But it fell off, and that's what I was working on the last hour, trying to get this up. But that's the thing, and same with being a reseller. The whole process of purchasing, processing, mailing, receiving, feedbacking, all of that, it doesn't seem as simple as, as a cut and dry process. There's so many ifs, ands, or buts. And if somebody doesn't like you that day or doesn't want to wear the pink shirt they bought 2 weeks ago or whatever it is, there's a process for that. Whether we like it or not, and some customers abuse it. Some customers we have are awesome.
Right.
They know they want to buy this shirt, they buy it, they wear it, they get tons of compliments, and they want to buy more. I mean, how can we foster a better experience? We all buy stuff, and you're talking about Amazon. I hope Amazon doesn't ship to my customer the way they send to me.
Right.
We've all bought from other sellers that we would be ashamed to receive that package if that was our package sent to somebody. They're just crazy. I do a lot of home boxing. Like, I will use a cereal box. I'll use some other things. I recycle boxes, no blood and no fat, no butter, and none of that kind of stuff. But if I have a light item and it needs a little more protection, I don't have a problem sending in a cereal box. I've gotten a compliment. I don't know that I've seen negative feedback from shipping supplies, but it's just the difference of being a home seller versus a professional home business.
Right.
And I think I'm at that cusp.
Yeah.
I do need to invest in boxes and, other mailers and stuff, but
yeah, I think that's true because when people go on eBay, or at least in the past, I think eBay has done a poor job of marketing
yes,
themselves. That like the younger generation doesn't even know what eBay is. And I think that some of them think eBay is just like Amazon or whatever. They don't know that it's all individual. eBay itself just sells nothing. Only sellers do. And people like that. And I think Mercari's done a really good job with that, where Mercari has clearly put on their ads that you don't want something, sell it here. You don't want something. So it's all, they know that they're buying from Michelle, the person, not a corporation or stuff like that. Where on eBay, you'll see Hasbro. Hasbro sells games on eBay. So you don't always know if you're buying from a individual or a business or things like that. And I think some people I like going on eBay because I like that I could buy and support Michelle, and Michelle can use that money to put food on her table and do whatever, versus Hasbro, who's going to take a huge portion of it and only 2 cents of it will trickle down to their actual employee. So
it's all fascinating. I was just noticing I'm wearing a fuchsia pink type colored top. It looks orange or peach. And so when I'm holding this up, I'm thinking, it's not really a good color. It's pumpkin. It looks like a bad rust.
It looks like a rust color.
So
it'd be great for fall.
Now is the time. We're talking summer and summer type stuff. It's really fall. We as resellers should be working and thinking about coats and sweaters and some of this other stuff, but we still have summer crap to list. I have summer crap I need to list.
Right. Oh, I still have a ton. I still have so much of it. So much of it. Well, and some places don't really get cold though until like December and
Here.
January. Cool enough for somebody to even wear,
Yeah.
A jacket type of thing.
My mom bought.
All right. Well,
I'm going to tell you one last quick story.
Okay, sure.
My mom loves thrift stores, and she bought my son a parka. We called it a parka. We don't wear coats like that here. And it sat on the floor in the bottom of his closet. I don't even think he technically wore it once. So we had it for like 3 or 4 years, and I said, the hell with this, I'm going to sell it. It was a custom-made ski jacket with fancy pants filling. I sold it for $250 on eBay.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, little do you know what you have, where you are, might be something else from somewhere else.
Right.
So there's things we resellers have to know. It probably came from the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah. And that's why I sell stuff year round because when we start to get cold here, you in New Mexico, it's still warm for you.
Yes.
Kids are always outgrowing stuff, needing new stuff.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. This was lovely. I had fun. Whoever's still in the chat, thank you very much.
Yes. I'm so glad you came on with me.
Yes,
I'm
absolutely.
sorry for the issues with my internet. I'm glad to see that it's back and it has not been giving me any
I may have some
problems since I reset it. Ooh, I can't remember who said maybe we need to reset it.
Not a problem. I may have some questions for you because I'm definitely interested in dipping my toe into Amazon. I'm afraid I'm not going to know all the rules. And then they're going to send me my box back saying, try again. We're not going to do this. Here's your lesson 1.
The best way to learn is on the job training. Sometimes it's just to jump in and do it, and you learn as you go along. I mean, I know Amazon, it's kind of scary because people say that, oh, you're going to lose your account. And, but I mean, I think they are somewhat a little forgiving, a little bit, depending on what type of rule you break. They've sent warnings to people who sent a box too heavy or too large or, because they got specifics. Or you should have polybagged it and you didn't. Well, they'll polybag it for you and just charge you for it. So, I mean, that's, no, that's nothing that you would lose your account over.
I don't have any item.
But wait!
I don't have any items that I can send right away. So I'd have to do some RA or do some sort of sourcing to get a box together. I have old vintage books. I'm not sure that would be a good starting point. So
yeah, it would really depend on their rank because you don't want to send anything that has a really high rank that's going to be like really slow type of thing.
No UPC, and half of them are in German, or the ones I'm thinking off the top of my head. So I need to do some sort of sourcing. Okay. You have a great one. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. It was great. I had a good time.
All right.
Thank you.
Yes, thanks everyone for stopping by, and I'll see you guys tomorrow at noon. I'll be on noon Eastern. All righty, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.